Welcome to Awfully Silly. It has been a bit. I don't know if you all noticed. I haven't had a show since July, but I'm very glad to be back with y'all. I'm very excited for tonight's episode. We're going to be showing a little love to the SGDQ 2022 Silly Block with tonight's schedule, so I'm excited to dive into that. Of course, first we want to go over a few announcements and things that we have coming up. Namely, you liked SGDQ 2022 so much, good news for you. AGDQ 2023 Online will be held January 8th through the 15th, just around the corner. Game submissions and event volunteer applications are now open until September 24th. So go ahead and head on over to gamesdonequick.com if you'd like to get some more information on that, or if you're a runner and you would like to submit, that's where you're going to go. Speaking of other events, Fright Fatales. I'm excited about this one. Fright Fatales is a one-day event on October 23rd to celebrate the spooky season with dark, scary, or horror-themed speedruns provided by the Frame Fatales community. You can use !Fright in the Twitch chat to learn a little bit more about this one-off event. I cannot wait. What a great season spooky season is. If you're looking for more one-off events, not one-off events, but we have some other events coming up, such as the Latin History Month Hotfix event. That's going to be coming up, and it starts at 4 p.m. Eastern on September 24th and 25th. So if you'd like, you can tune in for a variety of runs that will feature Hispanic runners. Additionally, your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, both with their hotfix content and with the costs that have incurred because of AGDQ 2023. So please consider subscribing or using bits and gift subs if you enjoy the daily GDQ content. We really appreciate it. If you want to see what else we're up to, by the way, you can use !links in the Twitch chat for all things GDQ. You'll see a variety of things there. We encourage you to check those out and give it a like. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, go on over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content. That's going to start most weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. So come on by and check us out live. Finally, of course, we want to shout out right after this show tonight, we have That's Never Happened Before. That's going to be a show about glitches and how they work, which will be featuring a task presentation with two members of the TaskBot team. You want to see what that's all about? You're going to have to come on by. Lastly, tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for random number generation, followed by aimbot. So we will see you around there. Okay. Other than that, I'm just so excited. I want to dive into what is one of my favorite silly blocks of any mainline GDQ event was this last SGDQ. Such great games, and we are featuring a few of them here for you tonight. We're going to be kicking it off with Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, and that's going to be run by Eldritch Wolfie. So go ahead and take it away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey. Eldritch Wolfie, I'll be your runner for this, just like I was at SGDQ. My couch is different this time. I'll let them introduce themselves real quick.
Yeah. So we have both of us here, me, Tom Rego, and Mr. Rick. We're
Hello.
both European. So late night stream for us. And
Yeah, thank you for sacrificing your sleep schedule.
yeah, no worries. Happens all the time.
It's fine. They're used to it. All right, I'm going to get started here in 3, 2, 1. That's not the right buttons.
Oh.
False start on the play.
All right, now 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Properly.
All right. So this game starts out with Turnip Boy having already committed tax evasion. Things went probably a little bit quick, but that's the point. Basically, you already committed tax evasion. You didn't pay your rent. You didn't pay your taxes to Mayor Onion. He's trying to make you pay it. You just end up ripping the document. And as a punishment or for reimbursement, you now basically have to run errands for Mayor Onion. He wants you to grab a few things. The first one being a bag of fertilizer, but because the entranceway is blocked, we are gonna go for the sword first.
And as you may have seen, Edwidge is really bad because she just hit a bunch of snails and she is going to die very soon, which is absolutely not intentional, of course. No, more seriously, in this game, one of the key mechanics we use to speedrun is a death drops. Basically, when you die, you come back to a certain point of the game, and each time, and very often coming to that point is much faster than walking there. So you just killed yourself to go faster.
Exactly. And some of us might think, why don't you just save and quit? Well, you may have spotted the timer in the corner. If you save and quit, that will change to say failed speedrun. So that's something we cannot do.
And we just got a tier 3 sub for the lady over there, who wouldn't let us go without a tier 3 sub, obviously.
So first up is the barn. This is where we find some fertilizer, hopefully, but because the way is blocked, we gotta take the long way around. While we do that, we're gonna pick up some documents. In this room, there's a book we need to rip up because it's about taxes and we don't like taxes.
Yeah, and obviously we rip up every document we pick up, books or anything alike, just because it's fun, I guess.
I'm laughing because I live in Texas. But
in this
I
game,
feel you. Don't worry. I understand.
Yeah, and it's even funnier because it doesn't have any hands, so
yeah.
one knows how it does. Oh, that wasn't that probably wasn't intentional, but hey, we're going to get it either. So basically this room, you go around, you do the little puzzle with a bomb, and you break up the door to the next room and get on your way to first, after the snail room, the first boss of this game and the quickest of all. If
Yes.
done right. Yeah.
He's grown a lot because he ate some fertilizer. That's how that works in this game.
Yeah. Basically you bait him in a corner and then you just bomb him.
Toss bombs at him, and boom, boss is down.
Woo.
And we picked up the first item the Mayor Onion wants. And thus now we need to just get back to Mayor Onion. And you may have noticed as well that this is the 100% category, but we left out the heart. That's because we are gonna come back later. Because as mentioned, we are doing a lot of death swapping, and having more hearts is slower. And like it's just better to have less health in this game.
Yeah, we have
Unless
to
you
come.
die. Yeah, go on.
We have to come back for the near the heart anyway, so that's when we're gonna pick it up.
Yeah, and the game is really fun. Even, I mean, we are skipping all the dialogues because it's a speedrun, but the dialogues are great as well. I would definitely recommend the game if you want even to play it just in a casual manner.
Exactly. There's a lot of in-jokes. The one you may have spotted was when we pick up the sword, it said, "It's dangerous to grow alone, take this."
Classic.
And there's
And
a lot
now-
more references.
Yeah, I know we just found a baby carrot in a trash can. Yeah, classic. Happens every day, and we are going to bring it back to the mother.
I think she's a babysitter.
Yeah, a babysitter. Yeah,
yes.
you're right.
Or a sister or something like that. Not the mother.
Caretaker.
Yeah, not the mother. But
Also, we didn't mention it, but I believe Tom found it last week. We found out you don't have to break any of the grass in front of the trash can
yeah,
in order to get
sometimes
that on receipt.
Yeah, sometimes there are just things you don't check, and there was a point where there was a trash can. The game intends for you to break the grass, but it turns out you just need to throw yourself really hard in the corner, and you can grab what's in the trash can without breaking the grass, which is pretty fun. And also, one of the important points to save time in this run is clearly the movement, since you do a lot of running around, and it's a lot about polishing your movement. As you can see, you trip a lot around, that's faster, but also one thing you always need to be aware of when you are tripping is that it's the same button to trip and to talk to people. So if you talk too close to someone, you may very well just speak to them, which you definitely don't want to, since it just loses time.
Yep, and we've by now entered the second dungeon, for lack of a better word. It is the Forsaken Farmhouse. This is where we're supposed to find a four-pronged spear. In ancient times, this was also known as a fork. And right now we've broken into the freezer. They're very upset with us, so they're making us run around and do more tasks so we can do the task we came here for, basically.
And also one thing that has already been done a bunch since we started, but you may not have seen or not have realized, is that there's a mechanic called water slide in this game, or that we call water slide in this game, since it's not an intended mechanic, I believe, where basically if you are dashing and using your item at the same time, you can actually use both when you're not supposed to use both, but basically you use your water can and you dash at the same time, and we call that a water slide usually.
And it can save a little bit of time. Yeah.
I mean, over the course of a run, more than a little, just like she did right there, jumping over the bomb.
Yeah, and you may remember that a little while ago we found a carrot baby. Right now we found a cherry baby, because babies in this game apparently like to get themselves into trouble.
Yeah, we find them everywhere. Don't know why, but it's just how it is.
Yeah, we've given it back to her sister. So the nurse has healed us, so we can now fight the most evil of bosses in this game.
Yeah. So it's the first case in this game. Really, it's not actually the first case since it was a chicken, but it's the only boss that has RNG. So basically, you don't know what direction the boss will go to. And it's also a great cat with butter toast on his back, which is always fun.
Yeah, and for some reason worms come out because it's a rotten cat apple.
Yeah, and that's look.
All right.
And the fight looks to be pretty quick. Yeah, that was a very nice cat, I must say. And yeah, so there's also something you will see in this game, since it will come right after we get the fork from the game. It's in this game you have a lot of dialogue that you can absolutely skip, and some dialogue where you need to first talk to someone to start the mission. And like in this case, we will need to talk to the pickle gang at the top to start the mission to free them from that jar.
Yeah, the pickle gang also informs us that we clearly must have mafioso blood because we are able to carry weapons without having hands.
Which is how you recognize member of the mafia.
Yeah.
As you can. So
someone in chat is asking if this is a rerun or live. This is most definitely live.
Yeah, Wolf is concentrating while we are talking about everything.
Yeah.
And also that form we just died on is clearly one of your best friends in this game. Yeah, you need to go down.
I forgot for a second where it was in the run.
Going to the forest.
Yeah. That form you'd see just right there is one of your best friends in the run, because it just worms deal more damage than
Snails.
Snails. I was looking for the word. Thank you. That's on. Worms deal more damage than snails, so you basically use it a bunch to just kill yourself on it and come back.
Yep. So a new addition to the game is portals, because why not?
And the most evil creature of them all, the bunnies. Which is the second case of bad RNG you actually find in this game. Because basically the bunnies will hop around randomly, and if they get close enough to you, they will hop towards you. and they deal 1 heart of damage, so they are actually evil and will definitely try and kill you, and sometimes manage to do so. And
I miscounted by 1. Okay.
yeah.
We have
and-
found the mushroom giants. We know that these are probably the news going off, but these vegetables, they think they are the mushroom gods.
Yes, one day there was a big mushroom in the sky, and then there were vegetables. I'm sure it's just a normal mushroom, nothing to do with anything else. And also, we just bullied the first stag in a corner, but that's just...
Yeah.
But don't worry, it will come back.
Yeah, the stag ran away. It's not dead. Right now, there were rumors of a turnip field, so that's what we're looking for right now.
Yeah, basically, Annie, the avocado, told us that there's a turnip in this forest, which isn't you, and she's looking for that. And before you get to it, you actually need to beat a second stag that will come to it soon. And up, and we're damage boosting our way. Oh yeah,
It's
one
a
of the
little bit bigger this time because it also got its hands on some fertilizer.
yeah, and one of the mechanics you also may have seen that's very well shown by the group is basically damage. You can damage boost your way. You can damage boost your way on enemies, but since they have knockback, it's harder because they may not damage boost you in the way you want. But when it comes to the goo, you can actually damage boost you in the direction you want. So you actually gain quite a bit of time just with that.
Yeah. This is a really weird turnip. It doesn't move.
Yeah, it's a weird turnip. It doesn't have a face. I don't know why. Yeah. And
This is fine.
yeah, that death wasn't intentional, but you needed her for the boss anyway. And I mean, you don't lose that much time. So
No, you can go
probably
straight to
gonna be
Annie
fine.
now.
And now you go talk back to Annie one more time, so that she gives you one more key, and you go to the stag once again. And since we're going to come back afterwards, you already filled that melon hole. Yeah.
All right, third boss. It's the same stack from before, but this time it's found itself into some nuclear weights. So it's gonna have some extra attacks at us, but we're gonna try and kill it fast enough to where it won't happen. It's probably gonna spit at us once, and here we see the true evil of the bunnies.
Yeah.
Not good.
The bunnies are the most evil creature in this game. That's why if you don't manage to kill the boss fast enough, the bunnies that run around will absolutely get to kill you, which is pretty bad. But basically the strat on this boss that I find really nice is that you actually just place portals down before the boss rushes at you, and you just direct the boss so that he goes on top of the portal, and you just bomb under him until he dies.
We just found the goop, which was the third item the mayor wanted, and we're not entirely sure why he wants it. We're now gonna talk to Annie because she's gonna give us a nice hat, and that's one of the things we need for the 100% speedrun. And after that, we will be talking to an acorn, which shouldn't be alive, or at least it shouldn't be moving and talking. It seems as if they have only very recently gained consciousness, but it must have real estate.
Yeah, and it pays for it with a leaf. Because why not, I guess.
Yeah. Holly dropped
wish
her
that
phone
was real.
down a cliff, so we changed the password. We will give it back later.
I
Her
mean, why
friend
wouldn't you?
dabbed it.
Why
Her
wouldn't you?
friend dabbed into her.
Yeah, it's true. Our friend dabbed it to her, making our phone fall. And now we pick it up and change the password because we are nice guys. So. And now the Mayor Onion is like, "Oh, thank you, you did the task. Now you need to go in the bunker." So you go towards the bunker and you go speak to the IRS, who tells you, actually we can't open that. We need a shovel for that. Go to the graveyard.
Yeah, the IRS, by the way, in this game is the idiot Reddish squad.
Obviously.
Obviously.
What else would it?
And in the bunker, we are looking for an extremely powerful weapon that is also known as a laser pointer.
But we also get one of the best hats in the game, the top hat.
For reasons, we're going into the graveyard for something to open the shuffle. Oh right, we're getting a shuffle, but we need to help Tots here because there's a pumpkin here that gives you riddles and clues on which way to go, and he doesn't get the riddles. So we're here to help with that.
Yeah, you're just supposed to go through it, talk to the pumpkins, get the riddles, but you can also just know the way and don't care about it, which works really well in a speedrun.
Yeah. Don't forget to talk to him again.
Yeah, you do.
I count myself.
That's an easy
Be the first
mistake.
time I've done that.
Basically,
Catch, though.
yeah, you need to talk twice to that guy because it's the longest quest in the game where you need to go under. You need to go through the whole map to talk to him and his dad, which was in the icebox near the cat boss. Yeah. So you need to go through the whole map to give things, and so if you forget to talk to him, you will lose like maybe 30 seconds. I'm not sure exactly, but clearly you lose a bunch of time. If you...
It's a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the bunker, we get attacked by beans. They are alive because the goop gives us some sort of aura around us, creating life. So all these canned foods and stuff that people have used to bunker down and stay alive, they're just gonna come alive when we get near.
Yeah. And just some news about bomb dropping. I don't know what that is. Probably some random things. Just on the past. And here you are actually, the game intends for you in the previous room to actually get the melon, kill the things in that room, then set the melon on fire to set the door on fire, but actually you can just set yourself on fire and get through it quicker, and it's way simpler. So just
also the ham inverts your controls too, just to be annoying.
Yeah, that's one of the annoying enemies of this game because it just kills you. I mean, you can really easily die if you.
Yeah. Okay,
did not
boss
expect
time. This cutscene is actually skippable by passing, but because we're showing off the game, I'm sure Eldritch Wolfie wanted this to show off the cutscene.
Yeah,
Yep,
of course.
that was absolutely the reason. I didn't read neither. Slight time.
Yeah, so basically Liz is one of the hardest bosses in the game, at least to do fast, because you can really easily lose time on it. And there are a couple of interesting things about the Liz fights. The first thing we discovered about the Liz fight is that you can actually hit Liz before the cutscene and give her just a good old shovel hit before she even appears, because she appears on screen right before the cutscene appears. So if your shovel is out at that time, you can actually hit her at that moment. And now, after that, someone randomly did the Liz cutscene skip by just opening the menu at the right time. And we just happened to discover at that point that, oh yeah, you can actually skip with the cutscene if you are the good timing, which isn't easy to have, but that gains you like 10 seconds. So usually you would just see people trying to pausing a lot because they're trying to get the cutscene skip and not as much hitting Liz with the shovel before the cutscene, which was the norm before.
Yeah, and one tricky thing about the boss fight is that you try to hit Liz with the shovel and set her on fire, and if you time it well, where both damage sticks happen very close to one another, you get what is called a fire crit, and that's how you really take her health down, and that's where you can pin her to the wall and kill her very quickly, but it's hard to do, and if that fails, well, yeah, Liz can be very mean.
Yeah, you are basically trying to kill her before, or as quick as possible before she takes herself into the goop, because the goop just extinguishes her. So you want to be as quick as possible with the fire and all the damage. So
Yeah.
And here we are going back to the barn to talk to, as mentioned, to talk to the father of the guy from the graveyard. I always forget their names.
It's Pops, and he has lived for an unimaginably long amount of time, because as you have maybe seen, Tots was already starting to rot, but of course, because he is a potato and he's in a freezer, he's going to be able to last a little bit longer than he normally would.
And his son 40 was dead, so that's why we are sending letters, and you are like, hey, by the way, your dad is alive and he's in the freezer. And
basically.
Yeah. And you kill yourself one more time on this form, which you basically do all the time, to get back there, and now it's the cleanup part.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with the graveyard.
Yeah. Because basically beforehand we did all the preparation by collecting the items for it, and now you are getting to the cleanup parts where we really just go around, collect items before the end of the game to have the 100%. As you will see, especially on the left part, you have a lot of things to collect that we just skipped out on and saved everything to do now, because it's obviously faster to do everything at once. So.
Yep.
And the lady drawing the Turnip champ picture, but we obviously rip it up like everything else.
Yeah, because it said that we are a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, and we can't have that.
Yeah,
we don't pay tax. We do not pay taxes in this game. Yeah.
And we just talked to the real estate agent that was like, "Oh, you only had a leave to pay. Yeah, that's really low. Oh, I guess the market crashed. It's fine. I'll give it that."
Yep, she's selling him the spot he's standing on, and that's all the acorn is getting. Here we got a hammer for the mafia. We got some wood, which is very dodgy, but the construction beat needs it.
Yeah, and the wood is really weird because they are interacting like it's something absolutely illegal, but you're not sure, so you're running with it. And here, as you can see, we're getting the crow and everything.
Yeah, Slay Queen 32 has rewarded us for getting rid of the noise that the pigs were making, and now we're Slay King 32.
Yeah. And this guy, which we talked to, also needs to be talked to earlier in the run to initiate the quest, which is also one of the way you can very easily lose a bunch of time if you just didn't talk to him before. That you have to go back, and we finally collecting the pig heart that we left at the very start of the game, of the run, rather.
Yep. From here on out, we just run out before we would death warp, but given how much life we've got, that would just take way too long. So we're gonna make our way back to the onion.
Yeah, and this time we are going. We mentioned that Turnip Boy was a member of the Mafia. Turns out he's not the only one, and he's going in the Mafia base to to defeat Mayor Onion. But since we want to do 100%, we are just gonna collect the stuff in here, and later on we are gonna come back to defeat Mayor Onion. Because first the items, if not it wouldn't be 100%. So,
Yep. So we're just gonna clear out the dungeon, and we have to do this now for reasons that will become clear later.
Also, fun fact, in this we absolutely destroy the puzzles in the two following room, because we just use portals to do things quicker. Basically, you are supposed to open a melon, use a bomb to blow up that use a bomb on that melon to blow up the bricks. Then once you blow up the bricks, pick up the fire, and with that, the fire being picked up, you are supposed to burn up the door, but you can actually just portal the bomb and boom the door away. And here, same thing, you are supposed to open the portals, use the bomb to break the stone, but you can actually just use a portal to teleport the melons there without doing the extra steps, which is really neat.
Now coming to the best death warp of the game, we've gotten our documents and we want the quick way out, so we just hit the planet.
Yeah, we just hit the nuke, casually. Because the nuke is the best way to death warp in the game, since it takes out all you have, I wonder why, in an instant, no matter how many health you have. And we just flip up the petition for flip-flop, that may or may not refer to something that exists IRL, but obviously no. But
did we get Jerry?
That's a good question.
No, we did not.
Fuck.
Okay, that's
unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
It could be worse.
In the desert screen, you will find a tangerine dog. Once we're done with this section, it should be gone, but sadly, it won't be because we kept Jerry alive.
Yeah, there's a very good way to check out if you did get everything in 100% or not. Is basically when that opens up with a dog, you collected everything. Because it's supposed to be opened up in late game. Like when you beat the boss, it opens up. But if you collect everything before that, it just opens up right away. And allows you to actually check, first of all, if you collected everything accordingly, and second of all, get the last heart you need. And also, we just killed Jerry because he didn't pay the rent, but actually he was about to pay the rent, and we just gave him the rent we collected from his dead body. And it was
farm gotta go to Pops and the Pickled Gang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why we mentioned it takes so long to get back here. Like, if you miss a thing, you need to do that all that way once more. Especially if you didn't realize. Yeah,
and if everything has gone well, otherwise this should be the last thing before we unlock the final bits.
You get the great fedora.
Yeah.
No, then you get
again.
Yeah. Then you collect the hat from Pops. A farmer hat, but we're not sure what a farmer is, so I guess that's that. And don't forget the heart from the pick again. Yeah, that's basically when you talk a first time after getting the hammer, you liberate the pickle gang, and now you need to talk a second time, and they tell you basically they're gonna escape and everything, and you get out of the room and back in, and they are not there, but you have a heart to collect. And that is the last heart you have to collect before the room that checks out. If you have indeed got everything.
Yeah, the tangerine dog either disappears when you beat the game, but we can't beat the game before collecting everything, or if you've got everything else, because normally a mystical cat would appear, giving you clues on where you can find like missing hats, missing documents, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And now that we have everything, it's time to go back to the bus. to go back to the mafia base to finally get to the boss.
Yeah, time to find the final boss.
Yeah. So we are just making our way back, and we are getting to see Mayor Onion first of all, and you beat his goons, and after that, he does a magical
Corrupt
girl transformation.
Political power.
Which is definitely one of the best things in this game.
Yeah.
And so the strat for Mayor Onion is really simple. You just bully him into a corner and hit him repeatedly without him really being able to do anything. Because he hits you a few times, but not enough to kill you, so just kill him quicker. No, hooray! The game is ended. Oh,
Oh, wait,
oh,
no.
just not.
No. Oh, we got nuked. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
We lost.
Yeah, Mayor Onion is like, oh, I saw you ripped up all my documents. You took everything from me. You destroyed my government. I won't let it go like that. So it just nukes everything. And
now we're on the
then
moon.
comes the real fight.
Yeah. God,
So you can
Onion.
see God Onion, which is can be one of the hardest boss in the game. Definitely, especially if you have low health. And
But we've got some special tricks up our sleeves.
yeah, already you are supposed to go all the way around using the bombs to get fire and get all the way around, but actually you can just use the portals one more time and just get through the thing by just bombing up the road. And one thing that Wolfie did, you can probably just water it.
You can
Don't
kick
worry.
the bomb. Yeah.
Ah,
No, you need to replace the portal.
Yeah,
yeah.
just to run for the flower,
Yeah.
I guess.
But
or doesn't
One
matter.
thing that Wolfie did that you may not have noticed is when she hit the bomb and got away, she actually skipped one attack phase from the boss because he got hit right as he started the attack phase, which just cuts it out. And now we are using the last IRS guy who just told us, if you speak to him, I saw what the other guy did, like bomb him God Onion. I don't want to do that, but you use him anyway to bomb God Onion. So you're just having fun. And now the run is finally over. Oh,
well, we have one last document to rip up, and
Yeah.
time is on that. And time.
and now time is up. And because the devs are great
29:10.
and actually implementing the timer, you can see that 100% is confirmed. The time of 29 and 10 seconds, which is not that far from your PB actually. So pretty good.
No, a little slower.
Yeah.
Still fifth place.
Yeah.
Not that bad of a run. Other than the occasional forgetting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we would be useless if we didn't have from time to time. So
Hey, you filled all the space with talking, so I could focus.
yeah. And yeah, you have the very nice credit scene with the nice music, and you can just enjoy now that the game is finished.
Yeah.
Yep.
We could chill out for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, very well done. Excellent run there. Were there any like last minute shouts or plugs or anything that any of you all would like to do?
We would like to shout out the developers of the game because they have been very supportive of the speedrunning community. And just last week they announced the sequel, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, coming out in 2023. So we're all very excited to check it out. In the menu, the game menu, there's actually a link to the whole Discord server, and you'll be able to find the trailer.
Yeah, and as a whole, a shout out to the community because the community is great, and also to Meta and Superline Horizon who just helped doing the in-game timer on live splits, or the auto splitter on live splits for the game, which was really nice and really fancy.
Yeah.
I think that's about
for
it.
us.
Okay. Well, excellent. Thank you all so much for being here. Really well done on the run, Eldritch Wolfie. And for everyone who is still watching, we are going to take a little bit of a break here. So go ahead, get your stretch on, get some snacks or some water. I don't suggest committing tax evasion, but I guess you could in the break. And then we will see you in just a few short moments. All right, and welcome back to Awfully Silly. Good luck focusing on what I'm saying with this on the screen, but want to remind you all of a few things before we jump into our next game, of course. Mainly, we have the Latin History Month Hotfix event coming up. That's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern on September 24th and 25th, so you can tune in for a variety of speedruns that's going to be featuring Hispanic runners, and I highly suggest you do so. It's going to be a really cool event. Additionally, if you're looking for other events going on, we have Fright Fatales coming up as well. This is going to be a one-day event that's on October 23rd, and that's going to be celebrating some spooky season. We're going to have dark, scary, or horror-themed speedruns, and those are going to be provided by the Frame Fatales community. If you want to get some more information on that, use !Fright in the Twitch chat, and you can learn a little bit more about this one-off event. But without further ado, I don't think we could ignore the Italian elephant in the room. We're going to be jumping into Miss Scusi here, any percent no hover, and it's going to be run by none other than Bullets. Take it away.
I almost got unstuck from the ground while you were saying that. I'm trapped in the ground right now, and I'm trying to use this to get free. And it's not. Once the ground decides to consume me, Scusi, man, we got free. Let's go. Anyways, hi.
Perfect.
This is me.
Perfect timing.
Hey, we can do the run now. Let's go. Okay. Hi. This is me, Scusi. This is a game I ran for GDQ, the last GDQ, SGDQ 2022 for the Silly block, and we're showing it off again. It's wonderful. It's a good time. If you didn't catch it before, you're gonna get all caught up now. On the couch, we have Amy.
Hi, I'm Emerlin. I've played this game. This game is unironically very good.
Yeah,
I love this game.
This was made as a college project by the Scusi boys, so shout out to the Scusi boys. Very good.
We do not know who you are.
You tell me I made a mistake including it on Awfully Silly then, Amy?
No, the game is silly, but it is unironically very good.
This is definitely not a serious game.
Yeah.
There's some important deep themes to this game, but you have to look below the silly surface to it. Unfortunately, this is only like a 10-minute run, so we don't have enough time to get into the complex themes that are interwoven into this. But you should play it for yourself because it's free, so you can experience the lore and the deep complex feelings this brings about when you play it a little bit slower. Anyways, we're gonna get started. Everyone's ready. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Scusi.
Unfortunately, we do have to skip through all the lore, but we'll explain it as we go.
Yeah. They write poems for every level, and it's great.
Yeah, we only get to see a little bit. This is the tutorial teaching us how to play things, and it also teaches us how to launch things into the atmosphere with our fists, which we'll be using quite a bit during the run. So that's a tutorial. We're now in Italy. The mafia is just kind of running around making things terrible, so we're going to... you see the little task list on the side there. That's going to tell us what we need to do. There's a bunch of optional ones that are not in bold, and the bold one is what we need to do. The nice thing is you can kind of just do them out of order. So once we stop the old man from getting beat up, he'll tell us about the mafia and we'll go over here and we need to steal the stuff from them. But we just walk over here. We can ignore the old man and just grab all these mafia documents from over here that are just kind of lying around. And yes, the Scusi man does Naruto run everywhere. I don't think it's faster, but it is better, so... You can also pick up these people in the chairs and throw them, and they don't get out of their chairs. They just they're having a good time. Oh, cool. We had the glitch happen where if you pick up the document, sometimes it counts for 2. That is the smallest time save ever, but, this almost never happens. But it has happened before, so we can't say that. Anyways.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, we get cinder blocks put on our feet, and we get thrown into the ocean, but we catch onto a boat, and we end up in New York. New York is an extremely dangerous level because there's a bunch of people driving around that aren't paying attention at all. And they will launch you really, really far in the air and you can just get soft locked. So See, like that person right there just got launched. Yeah, the NP. Oh, there goes one.
This is what I was talking about before the stream, is that like these cars are dangerous. They will end your aim.
Okay, we got pretty far on the scooter. We're gonna just throw people. Oh, I forgot there was a bonk sound effect in this game. All right. Cool.
There's also
Anyways,
a Scusi button that I can't believe you hadn't hit yet.
All right. But yeah, for this one, there's 2 different objectives we could do. This game has branching paths to it and different like side sections you can go into. This has like a whole. There's a lot to this game. There's a lot of side objectives and stuff you can do. Unfortunately, we're gonna ignore all that. We're gonna go win a luxury cruise over here. And we're gonna very fairly roll for it because Scusi Man is a man of integrity, and we're gonna individually roll each dial into place.
That's how slot machines work, right? You just use sticky hands.
If you do this in Vegas, they will be very happy with you, and they will give you a luxury cruise. Go try it out. It'll be great. So this is the most dangerous jump in the game. If a car comes by while I do this, I will just get soft locked. We're good. Awesome. Cool. Okay, cool. We're heading towards Rio, but we want to get there a little bit faster. So we are going to commandeer the entire cruise we're on, if we can get up. Normally you have to disguise yourself to sneak in here, but instead of disguising ourselves, we just jump around a small little wall here. We can do that. There we go. And this ship has some very complicated controls to it. So we're gonna... Oh, okay, we missed Rio. We're just gonna cut through South America for a little bit. It's all right. It's fine.
That huge river that goes through Brazil there.
Yeah, exactly.
This is personally my favorite level in the game. Would you like to
explain what we're doing and why we're doing it?
Yeah, so you're in Rio, the site of the World Cup, as we all know, and Scusi Man's goal is to steal the World Cup. And to do that, there's a security man in front that's like, you shouldn't be stealing the World Cup. But instead you just kind of push him out of the way with a
he's got
sideboard.
An invisible wall attached to him. It's supposed to stop you, and it disappears once you disguise yourself as a player. But instead, since it's tied to him, we just ram him repeatedly with this sign, because for some reason this sign can move him, like nothing else can, but we can just keep nudging him into the wall until he gets absorbed by it like that. And then you'll see we can just kind of like weasel by the wall right there, and then we're good to go.
Yep. So you get onto the field, and you take the World Cup, and then you just leave. And that's it.
There's also like 4 different teams in the field right now. I don't know. They try a different format.
Scusi Man can also punch, which he just did. I don't think that was ever mentioned.
Mentioned at the beginning. So yeah, you can punch things a little bit far. So here goes the World Cup. Unfortunately, I have a security system that grabs your hand there. That sometimes happens. Thankfully, we can kind of get our hand out of there. So yeah, there goes the World Cup. The World Cup is too big to take out of here because the gap we have in the invisible wall is too tiny. So the only way to get it out of there is to just punch it really, really hard. Now we need to go find where it landed. So we're going to go on a little scavenger hunt here. Oh, all right, there's a sign here. Wait, is the security guard gone? Oh, no, he's still there. I thought he just disappeared. Do some... Oh, there's a palm tree. Cool. There it is. Cool. You just sent it from one field to a different one. So that's nice.
Yeah, perfect.
So we're about halfway through the run. I should probably explain the category. There's a hover glitch you can do where you can use objects like this to just jump on repeatedly, infinitely. And it makes the run a little bit silly, which we want anything silly on this show. So anyways, we don't need the World Cup anymore. Get out of here.
Yeah, we appreciate it. This is a very serious program.
So we're just gonna leave the World Cup there. We did everything we did with it. So now we have a factory we need to break into here. And there's like some cool mechanics here with these balls that make objects in the game increase and decrease in size. We're not gonna use any of that. We're instead gonna punch this. Our solution to a lot of these puzzles is just punching. See, there you go. See, as a demonstration, this isn't making things big and definitely not making things really annoying for me to do. We're gonna grab one of these pickaxes. Gonna head over here. To press like 4 or 5 or 6. I have to press both analog sticks at the same time and both bumpers and both triggers. So my hand is in a bit of a weird claw position right now. There we go. Ooh. So you can punch things and it just brings you with it. And sometimes it doesn't work at all and sometimes it does. So thankfully it worked now. Otherwise, I don't know. We would just sit here and watch me cry for another 5 minutes. But yeah, so we broke into the factory. If you get trapped between these fans right here, you're just trapped forever and you have to redo the level. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna blow up the entire factory. unfortunately, the Pentagon has come after us and put us into this area of all this top secret stuff. And there's this laser puzzle here, and it's extremely obnoxious to do because there's all these different blocks you have to reflect the beam off of to get it to go into the central area over here, like all the way on the other side of the map, and it's very finicky. And for the longest time, I couldn't figure out how to do it because this guy would also be in the way, which is really annoying. But we figured out a really cool strategy to get rid of the mafia boss. We're gonna walk over here to this table. We're gonna grab him. I think he's fine there. We're gonna leave him. That's not what I meant to do, but he's stuck there, so we're gonna leave. Never mind. Cool. Anyways, he gets stuck on tables sometimes. He'll just stand on the table and just look at you, and he just doesn't know how to get back down. Also, I don't know who pointed it out, but all the tables in this area are the pentagon shape, which is a lovely detail.
It's that kind of attention to detail we appreciate from game devs.
Yeah, the Scusi boys really knocked it out of the park. They've got all the details that you want. Anyway, so now if I just rotate it, eventually it'll turn green. And the nice thing about laser puzzles for this game is once the puzzle's done, it doesn't undo. So you don't have to make sure people don't step in the way because they will block the laser otherwise. Anyways, we're gonna take a rocket that's in the Pentagon to the International Space Station.
Yep. Scusi man goes to space.
Oh, I just read the dialogue from this guy here. He's the guy from the tutorial, and apparently he was the former Scusi man, and he's actually passed on the lineage to you, and he wants you to complete what he started and destroy the International Space Station. So, it pays to pay attention to the lore, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So this level is super finicky because low grav in games like this, and I'm not saying this is a bad game, this is just this type of game, is pretty finicky in general. Mm-hmm. Especially the way you have to get around, which the game intends you to grab onto a bunch of these rockets and propel yourself places.
Mm-hmm. And we need to get rid of each of these power cells that are here.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. So he's gonna use the rockets here, and then they're not the most useful. If you grab them with both your hands, they will start projecting you whatever direction they're facing. Now, to get them to face the direction you want them to, that you just kind of wave your arms around and hope that it just happens to land where you want it to. But the ones that are already pre-positioned in the right place are really nice for this. Yeah.
So we try to use those as much as possible. It's actually getting really good at maneuvering the rockets around is an actual skill in this game. We use the combination we got from that one area we're in, which is always the same. But we have to go over there for a power cell anyways. So we use the combination from there to get this one out. The laser puzzle we did before unlocked this one here. And there's a rocket over here. So we're gonna try to maneuver it back to where it needs to go. We're gonna try to put it back into place. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll see. It's at least fun to try. Nothing bad could happen. But to grab it with one hand and then try to twist it around. Hey, that worked kind of nice. It's actually really good. All right, see if we can get it again. Okay, maybe I'm good at this game. Maybe I'm actually good at this game. I don't know.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, that was kind of clean. Now, this is the actual rocket ride that matters because this one can go really wrong and you have to come all the way back here, which definitely is not going to happen. I know what I'm doing. So I don't want to go up too high because we go too high, then it just takes a year and a half to come down. Well, you want to... That's actually pretty all right. We went a little bit too high, though. So hoping the rocket kind of falls down a little bit. Actually, do we have enough distance, maybe? Maybe not. We're gonna go. We're gonna go this way and hopefully go back the way we came. Maybe. Please! Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. I want to keep that rocket, but I let go of it, so it's okay. The rocket gets to go out into space forever. Just where we're going to go in a second. Cool. All right, so we need to fall into the void again to respawn. Oh, there's the rocket. We'll chase after it. We need to respawn back to the start just because it's a little bit faster to get back to the cell we were at, especially without the rocket. That's not how oh, hi. How'd you get there, buddy? All right, bye. Don't know why that sign's there at all. It's never been there before. It's just hanging out, having a good time. Anyways, now we get to go to the end here, and time's coming up pretty soon when we press the button we're definitely not supposed to press. Cool. as our final objective in this game, final task is to push the poorly labeled button. I'm gonna try to get this rocket to face the right way. It's trying.
You really just do kind of have to wiggle around. There's no like.
Okay, switch hands.
So the problem is with wiggling these rockets is that you have to point it the right way and then grab it with your other hand while it's pointed the correct way.
Okay, cool. Now we need to get one of these rockets to go straight up, and if I touch the wrong, they're just gonna fall over like this. There we go. Sometimes you just run around and you just knock all the rockets over because they don't want, like, Scusi Man does not want to grab it. Cool. So you might notice here, this lovely sign that says, please do not push. You can also get stuck in the ground at the end here. If you hit the ground too hard, you just get stuck in the floor right at the end of the level. And you do have to do the entire thing over. Anyways, time is going to be now. And there we go. We did it.
Wow.
And we have this fun little dev area that we were in before, where all the devs are here that you can talk to them, and you can grab tables, and sometimes you get stuck on the floor. So yeah, like I said before, this game is free on Steam, so play it. It's wonderful. There's a lot of like side objective things we never do during the run.
There's also a whole nother ending.
There's all these different paths you can do, and different other, like, there's a bunch of other little side objectives and like cosmetics to unlock, and this guy's just force choking me? That was weird. Anyways, there's lots of fun stuff you can discover for yourself. It's a great time. And yeah, definitely a very silly game, but a very good game.
All right, yeah, for sure. Thank you for showing me my favorite episode of The Sopranos. I really appreciate it. Yes, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this was a gem at SGDQ, so I definitely wanted to get this one back because this was just a lot of fun. So thank you both for being here and rehashing some SGDQ love for us.
For sure.
If you are watching, do not worry. We're going to take a little bit of a break here. You can feel free to stretch out, get some water, get stuck to a table, I guess, be Italian, and we will see you in a few short moments. All right, welcome back to Awfully Silly. If you are just joining us, we are featuring some of my favorite runs from the Silly block of this most recent SGDQ 2022, which was our first event back in person since the pandemic, and something I really enjoyed. And this was one of my favorite blocks. Before we jump right into the next run, though, wanted to remind everyone of a few things. Of course, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick, both with Hotfix and with GDQ 2023 costs. So please consider subscribing if you do enjoy our daily Hotfix content. And if you want to see what else we're up to, feel free to use ! links in the Twitch chat, and that's going to give you a link that provides you resources to all things GDQ. So feel free to check us out there. But without further ado, I think it is time we dive into the fifth entry into the King's Quest journey, which is, of course, King's Quest V. Absence Makes the Heart Go Yonder, my longest title yet on this show, and it's going to be run by none other than David TKI. Take it away.
Hello, how's it going? So yeah, I had the pleasure of running this game at SGDQ, and I think it was the final game of Silly Block, which was, I actually had no idea if it belonged in Silly Block or not, because I don't think it's a silly game. Well, it is, but it isn't. I don't know.
I love when they're on the fence like that.
Yeah, perfect way to end the block, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm going in a little bit of a different direction tonight than I did on the SGDQ stage. There's a little glitch that I know about called audio swap. And to get into that a little bit, when the game was first released, it was released in 1990 on floppy disks. A couple of years later, Sierra re-released it on CD and added some voice acting to the game by grabbing random employees from around the office and having them voice some lines. The quality is what you would expect. The way the game worked back then was that you take the CD, you install from the CD, and it installs the base game onto the disc, but you have to play with the CD in the drive in order to get all of that CD audio. Seems just fine, right?
Hell yeah.
There was more than one CD release.
Uh-oh.
So what? Yeah, so This CD release, the Sierra Originals version, had updated audio, but it's not all in the same place on the disc. So what I'm going to be showing off is what happens when you install with the original CD, but then play with the updated disc in the drive. And it doesn't work the other way around. I've tried it before. So time is on first click. So yes. Like this? Is this good? Okay. All right. We ready to go then?
Think we're ready.
All right. Time starts on first click, and we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. Speed up, detail down, and then go down. And Cedric's immortal line.
Graham, menacingly. That won't convince the...
That does not sound at all like I remember it. It sounds a lot like the narrator.
I'm haunted.
It's going to get really interesting really quick as we go into town, and the narrator is telling us to quit already, and we're hardly half a minute in. We do have to visit town 2 times over the course of this. There's no way to avoid that. So we go in immediately to get the fish, which we're going to need for the honeycomb, which we're going to need for the forest, which we're going to need for the second visit to town.
Quit.
No, I don't want to quit. I want to keep going. A couple of things about this game. It's a little, it's seemingly unintuitive on how it could be a speed game. How do you optimize it?
Quit.
Well, first of all, the game is suggesting quitting multiple times. But yeah, I'm using a couple of hotkeys here. The middle mouse button to rapidly switch between my icon and whatever walk is. And it does store whatever you last clicked from. So if you click middle mouse button again while you're on walk, then it switches back to the last thing you had selected. The tab hotkey can instantly open up inventory. And if you memorize all your item locations, then you can tell where everything is. You need to minimize mouse time. Hold on a sec.
Ooh, I've never been here before, but I think this is the way over the mountain. Let's go, Graham. I'm cool.
Yes, that.
I tried so hard not to laugh the whole time.
Oh, please keep laughing. I need to know that all this stuff is hitting.
Yes, it's hitting. Please keep that going.
Okay, sure, but we do need to listen closely for the password to this vault.
Several hungry-looking harpies eyed Graham.
I'll take care of you, Cedric.
This situation...
I'll take care of you, Cedric.
It is absolutely fascinating that Graham's name is in the password to that vault. But on a different note, ranting about Cedric is no way to make a secure password. So yeah, we're in the middle of the desert. You have to start off going into the desert almost immediately, which is kind of weird because you have no water skin, no map, and you die instantly after several screens without water. But no, you are expected to go into the desert immediately. So, and the only way to map it out is through trial and error. So luckily, I just happen to know the way through this desert. So we are going to go to this bandit camp where we have to sneak very quietly into this tent. Cedric, quiet! Luckily, the bandit is a deep sleeper and did not hear Cedric yelling, even though Cedric is nowhere around here. So yeah, the staff is going to be one of the things that you need to open the vault, as well as the password, which I hope that Graham remembers correctly. But yeah, you go into the desert, you got to hear the password, get the boot, get the staff, go back to the vault, loot the vault. Let's see, first item, I think. Yeah, right there. And then go in there. Let's see if Graham remembers the password.
He sees none. The harpies are Graham, vicious creatures whom Graham could never...
I'll take care of you, Cedric.
He might not have gotten all of the symbols, but he generally said the password, yeah.
I'll take...
I guess the
Generally.
important part... Yeah. I guess the important parts were saying his own name and then ranting about Cedric. So yeah, the two things we get in the vault are a lamp and a gold coin. We're going to be using the gold coin immediately when we exit the desert to get our fortune told by the fortune teller. But before we do that, Cedric's going to give us a nice warm greeting when we finally exit the desert to say how much he missed us.
Hey, boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rub him out. This time.
And yeah.
Warning.
Yeah, then I do need to follow this up with detail slider up because the weeping willow tree is on the next screen and the narrator has some stuff to say about her.
Too bad. Too bad.
Yeah, that's too bad, isn't it?
Too bad.
Too bad.
Oops, I turned the speed down instead of the detail. That's happened to me a few times in practice. Okay, so the fortune teller... Oh, I better put this on. The fortune teller gave me an amulet that protects me from all magical harm, but you have to actually put it on before it'll do anything for you. And I got some bad RNG with the witch there. She has a 50-50 chance to appear, and you don't want the first screen.
Let's get a move on, Graham. There isn't anything here.
Uh-oh, that last right now.
Bam, bam, watch out! Bam, bam, watch out!
Yeah, all of this is so good, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't get the chance to. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to show off this glitch on the GDQ stage, but the run was plenty entertaining on its own, even without that. So yeah. Anyways, we trap the witch in the lamp, which, by the way, has a genie that will trap her in it for 1,000 years, but you have no way of knowing that unless you open the lamp yourself and get trapped in it for 1,000 years. This King's Quest V is interesting in the way it does its puzzles. And by interesting, I mean, like, it kind of represents the worst in Sierra logic, like just all this arbitrary stuff that you have to figure out and you have no idea why any of it would work. Like, for example, we're trapped in the forest. We have to go to this random screen in the middle of the forest, squeeze the honeycomb onto the ground, and then start tossing gems out for some reason. But yeah, the elf is gonna not notice the honeycomb and just come right out.
Back to the Ice Queen's palace.
He's supposed to say, "Move over, Rocky. You're in my way." There are cutscenes throughout this game, and they have swapped audio too, but I've been skipping most of them, largely on account of not really having enough time to listen to them. But they are worth a watch if you find a way to reproduce this yourself, which I do know how to do. So if you want to find out afterward. But yeah,
the bluebird doesn't seem to care about it.
No.
If I see her, I'll let her.
Yeah. I've been seeing a couple of questions pop up in chat. Are there Monkey Island speedruns? Yes, but I'm not one of them. But I have run Shovel Knight.
Excuse me, young.
But apart from that, the Weeping Willow Tree dropped the harp, and then the fortune teller left behind a tambourine. Time to turn the detail slider up again, because a dog is terrorizing ants with something that I, as an introvert, find terrifying.
Conversations.
Ooh.
Conversation.
That's right, conversation. The dog is terrorizing the ants with conversation.
Really good.
Yeah, there's just a whole lot of this stuff everywhere that a lot of it just feels... It's all wrong, but yet it's all oddly fitting. And that's one of the things I enjoy about audio swap so much, is that you just get blindsided by a lot of this stuff your first time going into it. No, I'm not gonna quit. On the GDQ stage, I managed to sing along to the ant song. So let's hear this nice, happy song that the ants are singing. That's not very happy.
Come on, Graham. Let's go someplace else.
I'm trying, Cedric. I'm stuck in a cutscene.
Graham attempts to open the little window, but finds it bolted shut. Graham tries to open the small door. but finds it securely locked. The entrance to the small house is through a crudely constructed door. The key won't fit this lock. A small shuttered window fronts the gnome's house. The shuttered window...
Quit.
Yeah, even the window's gonna quit. So, yeah, quit. So on the next screen, we do have the most infamous puzzle of this game. A cat is going to appear chasing a rat, and you have about half a second to throw the old boot from the desert at it, or else the cat will catch the rat, and then the game is forever unwinnable. There is a lot of that in this game. It's pretty cruel about it. Like, all these arbitrary puzzles that you have to get right the first time you see them, or else you can't beat the game. This game has a lot of charm, but I can also see why it ended up in Silly Block, because just all this design, how would you know that? Except through trial and error, or literally trying everything on everything. The third shot here is going to be the cobbler, and I got to turn the detail slider up again because he's booping his shoes with a hammer. And I mean booping his shoes with a hammer.
Boop.
Woman has no imps wife have retired.
So yeah, you trade in a bunch of stuff in town. Get the hammer, the sled, the cloak. The second time you're here, you get a silver coin here. And the silver coin is one of the things you usually pick up early in casual plays, and then you go to the custard shop here and use the silver coin to pay for a custard. But you don't really need it until the mountains, so you can wait to pick up the coin. It's a little bit faster that way.
The cloak? Well, why not? It's yours. For the price of a golden needle.
So yeah, we got the custard shop owner here haggling with this woman, his mom. Did Roberta Williams play her voice? I don't remember.
Will you take a gold coin for it?
Why, yes. I guess a gold coin would be adequate. Here, let me get it for you.
Yeah, speaking of Roberta Williams, I am really looking forward to that Colossal Cave Adventure VR game that she and Ken are working on. I can't wait to run that.
Oh, yeah.
Ice hot quit.
Ice hot quit.
Yeah. Alright, so these gentlemen have some artistry that Graham wants to admire.
Why do you care? I just wanted to comment on its artistry. It's very well done.
They don't appreciate his feedback.
I got everything I need.
Let's get him.
Yeah, the rat I saved earlier, coming to save me. There's the ant song. But yeah, we got captured on purpose, and that's going to be a running theme in order to get that rope that we were tied up in. But also to steal this leg of lamb, because as adventure game protagonists, we are kleptomaniacs. If it's not nailed down, pick it up.
Quit.
Ice hot cup of
Quit.
Oh, that line gets me.
Ice hot cup of quit.
It's very nice. We should have 13 items at this point. Yeah, we got 13. And as we all know, snakes are absolutely terrified of tambourines. So what we need to finally move it off this path and then get onto the mountain here. We're going to need the cloak to keep warm, some food because the mountain climb is going to exert Graham. Pull out the rope. There's going to be a branch and a rock on this next screen. If you throw the rope on the branch, then you are dead. You are going to die. Speaking of which, the death here is kind of amusing, so I'm going to go ahead and make a safety save. Cedric's going to...
No more for today. It cost 1 gold coin to see Madam Bushka.
I guess I should have paid the 1 gold coin.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, you got to know the right steps. The wrong ones will kill you. Let's see. Pull the sled out.
Alexander!
No, that's Cedric, but I can understand why you might be confused, Graham.
Okay, going, feeling the no more for today's.
Yeah, that actually reminds me a little bit of StairQuest, which actually used that as like the company name or something like that. It's another game I run, StairQuest. Great game.
StairQuest. All right, I'll have to look into that one.
Yeah. It's kind of... So some of the older Sierra titles were infamous for their very difficult to navigate staircases. So StairQuest is a fan game which plays on that.
Looks relieved to be out of
It's
the
great.
Okay.
mountains. Cedric looks with wonder at the beautiful beach. Cedric seems as curious.
Yeah,
about
Queen
this
Isabella
place as
seems really
Graham.
concerned about Cedric.
Looks frightened at the sight of the stone serpents. Cedric looks more and more frightened the closer he and Graham get to the bizarre castle.
We've got another pretty infamous puzzle coming up, which is the Yeti here, which you are expected to deal with for the Queen. And so naturally the solution to the Yeti is to throw the custard in its face. That's exactly how you would deal with a Yeti, right?
Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Yeah, see? Makes perfect sense to me.
Is too busy looking around.
Don't forget to go in here, get the crystal here. You're going to need that crystal later on. Actually, it's kind of funny that most of the Sierra games do have differences between any percent categories and 100% for score purposes, but King's Quest V is one of the few where we don't bother with it.
Cedric seems to be thinking big thoughts right now.
Cedric, no, stop thinking big thoughts, no! But yeah, part of that is King's Quest V requires pretty much everything, so there's no real difference between any percent and 100%. A lot of other Sierra games have nice defines that you don't really need to find, but if you do, you get points. Try to find everything. That's Sierra's task for you. King's Quest V is one of the few games that actually does require all this. Anyway, so we're going to end up on the beach here. By the way, there is an NES version of this game, which is itself pretty silly. But, yeah, we've got a boat on the screen north of here.
Is too busy looking around and doesn't seem to be paying any attention to Great Blink. Is too busy looking
which
around
you need to patch the hole in it with the honeycomb.
At the moment. Cedric seems to be creating a sticky little puddle at his feet.
Cedric, no, I just got this boat.
Of the honeycomb is a piece of beeswax, which Graham puts back in his pocket.
That's actually pretty difficult to time. Screen transitions, I think, are frame ruled. So you have to kind of click the text boxes exactly right for that speech to line up that way. Oh yeah, we go to Harpy Island, are immediately captured by harpies.
Be a scourge upon your realm. Are my friend and I free to go now?
Unfortunately, I don't have any more custards for these harpies, but I do have something that harpies do absolutely love. First of all, grab that fishhook. Harpies like harps, right? Is that how it works?
It's in the name. I can't imagine what else it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Both you and your friend over there have so thoughtlessly invaded my territory without my permission.
So yeah, we for some reason one harp gets all four harpies away, and Cedric here is injured. If you were playing this casually and you've gotten annoyed by Cedric at this point, then you might be tempted to leave him behind, but you do have to save him, save the animals. Speaking of save versus killing the animals, I did have an incentive going on the GDQ stage or later in the game. In Mordak's castle, his transformed brother Mananan was transformed into a cat. If Mananan sees you, then that's pretty much instant death. So you're usually expected to bag the cat so that but that's optional, so there was an incentive to choose to bag or spare him. Begging will not get you out of your doctor appointment,
Why
Cedric.
should I do that? What will you do for me?
Not usually a doctor's mentality, but all right. Thought they like to help people, not what are you going to do for me if I do this?
If you let me go.
How do I know I can trust you?
I give you my word. An elf never breaks his word.
Well, it's against my better judgment, but okay.
Sorry.
So I do need to comment on this cutscene a little bit. On the leaderboards, we do separate out the French floppy version and the CD version by subcategory. I'm playing the CD version right now. A big reason for that is because the French floppy version allows you to skip this cutscene. So that's a roughly 2-minute difference between versions. CD version can't compete. But there is a bug that will still help you out with this cutscene. The game has an internal variable somewhere that's constantly counting up. I guess it's a timer of some sorts, and I think it's used to time some of these audio lines. But every 18 minutes and 12 seconds, it overflows. And when it overflows, you can suddenly skip out a lot of this dialogue. So world record runs will specifically time that 18-minute, 12-second point for this cutscene.
Creeping vines, decaying logs, twisted, gnarled trees.
At least on the CD version. French floppy, of course, just skips it.
Quickly overwhelms Graham. The rocky, rutted footpath staggers its way through the empty forest to the north or to the west. The pervasive gloom of the forest settles around Graham like a tight.
So as far as running this game goes, it's mostly smooth sailing up until this point. There's not a lot that can actually affect your run from screen to screen, apart from maybe RNG with the copy protection in the floppy version or the witch teleporting in the forest. But Mordak Island is where everything goes to fall apart. Your runs are made or broken here, because Mordak Island is loaded with RNG, all saved for the end of the game. But yeah, first things first, we wash up on this island. Don't fall off these steps here. This 3-foot fall will kill you. This fish is optional, and I would skip it if I spared the cat, but it is actually faster to pick it up for reasons that I will get into later.
Cedric? Graham pounds on the...
Next thing I will note, on these screens you're pausing for a few seconds before Cedric speaks, and then you can go again. There's something you can do on this screen over here. If you're quick enough, you can...
I need your help.
Cedric's not going to help here. You can use the iron bar on the grate here.
Hope you enjoy.
Oops.
It costs what?
Okay. I discovered a glitch earlier that I wanted to show off, but I guess it doesn't work the way I wanted it to. So luckily for me, I made a lot of safety saves in advance. I'll just skip that glitch for later, since I clearly don't understand how it works.
Cedric?
Well, yeah. You find that out. We'll get another that's never happened before on here sometime.
Sure. But yeah, select the bar, and then before you pause, immediately use it on the grate, holding the enter key, which will allow the animation to start, but then you can jump in without actually finishing that animation. That's a little speed strat there, which gets you into this maze, which you need to pretty much map it out yourself. Dink can show up in multiple locations. You gotta find him and show him this Rocky Cliffs song.
Rocky Cliffs, Rocky Cliffs.
About that.
So yeah, you do that, you pick up this hairpin. I have soft locked here before, I gotta be careful. Pick up the hairpin, which happens to be near the exit here. Go ahead and use the hairpin here because Graham is a master thief. He knows how to pick locks. Loot Mordak's armory for this deadly looking bag of peas. The locket I found in the nest earlier. You showed a Princess Casima here. Safety save here because if you see Mananan, then that's instant death and you're going to have to load it. There's a 50% chance for the blue minion to show up on this screen. I seem to never get it. 75% chance on this screen, 4 to 10 seconds.
I'll take care of you.
If you screen transition, then it will...
I'll take care of you.
Burrows in at the big
I'll take care of you, Cedric.
Yeah, Graham, when getting captured, decides in his last moments to rant about how useful Cedric is. But actually, we came in here on purpose to use the fish hook to get a moldy piece of cheese from the mouse hole. Very important item. Then we need to wait here for Princess Casima to rescue us. And this wait right here is random. It's between 20 to 40 seconds. So you could lose up to 20 seconds here. She will lead you back through the maze, but in the CD version, you're going to lose her immediately so that you don't have to wait for the animation of her walking off screen to play out every single time you go through here. In the French floppy version, you are not paused when she's walking off screen and you can just go. But CD version, you gotta lose her on purpose.
Like sentinels across the barren.
So we end up here again, and I will go ahead and safety save. If the minion catches me again, then I'm dead. 50% chance here. If Mananan sees me, then I'm dead. No Mananan. You wait for the blue minion here. Throw that deadly looking bag of peas out at it. They're slippery. And then now that you have an empty bag, you can deal with Mananan at this point. Let's see, fish, but safety save because there's an 10% chance for Mordak to show up in his own bedroom. Throw the fish, bag the cat, or you can spare it. There are some former world record runs that didn't pick up the fish or the peas at all and just YOLO'd, went straight for this room.
Rest in the desert sun.
But it is faster to bag the cat for a specific reason that it is now time to get into. Once you read that spell book and you learn those spells, a timer starts counting down. Walkthroughs online will tell you that you need to hide behind the bookshelves until Mordak teleports into the room to go to sleep. But you don't have to actually do that. You just need to wait in this room long enough, and that length of time is 2 minutes in normal scenarios. Unless you bagged the cat in the bedroom, then it's 1.5 minutes. I do not know why this is coded this way, but that's what it is.
Well, yeah, that is bizarre coding. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and peek at chat for just a bit. Mantra, save early, save often, and keep multiple saves. You may have soft-locked yourself without realizing it. 100% achieved. Well, actually, that great animation skip lost me the points for opening the grate, so I'm not going to end this game with 100% points. Is this a very hard game? The puzzles, when you don't know them, are really hard. Once you do know how to beat the game, it's not that hard. But yeah, it's a lot of trial and error, it's a lot of moon logic, but once you figure out the puzzles, there's not as much to it. But Modak's going to sleep now, and he did not see me through the door, nor did he see Mananan wriggling around in that bag there. So yeah, we go ahead and steal his wand. We've been carrying Crispin's wand with us this entire game, but it's old and worn out and doesn't have very much charge on it, whereas Mordak's wand has plenty of charge on it. So we go ahead and bring it to this machine, which is obviously for transferring power from one wand to another, and even more obviously, it's powered by green moldy pieces of cheese, which will then immediately use a 56K modem to connect to the internet so that it can download the power from one wand to another. Something like that. Yeah, headphone warning.
You've got mail.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, despite most of the difficulty of the initial casual play being figuring out the puzzles, there is actually still quite a bit of difficulty optimizing the movement in this game, because if you've ever seen an RPG and they emphasize menuing, you can think of this game as a whole lot of menuing all game long that you need to pretty much optimize, minimize mouse travel time, minimize number of clicks. At high levels, you will plan out exactly how many clicks are on each screen, and you'll look for visual cues on where to place the cursor. So we've got a final duel here, which you will use Crispin's wand to transform into a tiger, because obviously flying things hate tigers. This final duel is not very complicated. Start in the lower right, go counterclockwise, and time is going to be when we select the last one in the lower left. So he's going to turn into a dragon, which is weak to narrow beaches.
The narrow beach at 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 the narrow beach upon it. A cascading waterfall, though very beautiful, nevertheless.
Next, he's going to turn into a snake. Unfortunately, I don't have my tambourine anymore. Dink took it.
Cuts off further travel up the coast.
Fortunately, I can just turn into a mongoose, and that'll work fine. Then Mordak's going to make some very bad decisions and turn himself into a fire. Time's going to be coming up. And time. Yeah, Mordak turns into fire, which you can then rain on, and then that kills him. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, the logic is infallible.
So yeah, that's King's Quest V, but with audio swap, which it's something I like to show off occasionally, and I'm actually kind of glad the main run at GDQ did not allow audio swap. They basically said stick to the original audio, and that was actually kind of nice because it meant I didn't need a gimmick to make this entertaining, but I bet this was pretty good.
As somebody who has seen both, I can tell you, yeah, you did need the gimmick to be entertaining, but this was also a joy. So I'm thankful that you decided to do it for this, because that was that was definitely really fun. So thank you.
Yeah, so that's going to be it for me. I've been spending a lot of time since SGDQ working on the Quest for Glory games, but I'm starting to need a break from that, so I'm going to work on something else, but I'm not sure what yet. Monkey Island just came out today. I should go check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love the appreciation for these old point-and-click games. One of my favorite games is another game I speedrun called Grim Fandango, one of my favorite point-and-click adventure games, so I'm glad we got a little love on here for it, so really appreciate that. Any other last minute plugs or anything before we get ready for our final run of the evening?
Not really. That'll be all for me.
Okay, well, David, thank you so much for being here. And for all of you at home, feel free to stretch, get some water, get a snack. Don't quit, because we will be back here in just a few moments with our final run. See you soon. Awfully Silly, which has been themed around some of my favorite runs from the silly block of SGDQ 2022, this past event. Before we get into it, I did want to remind everybody, of course, that AGDQ 2023 online is just around the corner. It's going to be January 8th through the 15th. Game submissions and event volunteer applications are now open until September 24th. So head on over to gamesdonequick.com for some more information on that. Get your submissions in if you're a runner, or if you're able to volunteer. We appreciate that as well. Come on by. And also, if you are watching on YouTube, feel free to go on over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content. That's going to start most weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. But for now, I think it's time we get into our wonderful finale. This is going to be Incredible Crisis. It's going to be run by Bramhall V, and we're going to be doing all cutscenes. So the floor is yours.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Hang on.
Welcome to Incredible Crisis.
Welcome to Incredible
Crisis.
There we go. Yeah.
Clap.
So my name is Bramhall V. You can call me Jack as well. If my couch will introduce themselves as well.
Yeah, I'm Tetsuya. I mod this game. I've done a task for it, and in the 4 times I ran it, but now these jerks have taken it over. They have taken the carpal tunnel onto themselves. Yeah, and over here we have some kind of horseman.
Hi, I'm Juhors. I woke up at 8:30 in the morning just to commentate for his runs, and I run this game as well. I mostly run horror games, but this is one of those games that I really do enjoy playing.
Scariest of them all.
All right, Incredible Crisis it's such a unique game. You guys are in for a treat.
All right, I'll keep the introduction short, and we can go ahead and start the run in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. New game. All right, so
Feed that dog.
So at SGDQ 2022, we had a donation incentive to watch 5 minutes of cutscenes. Some people were a little disappointed that it wasn't more. So to make it up to you, we will be showing all of the cutscenes, about 18 minutes of them.
All of them, yes.
And you have to sit and watch all of them. The doors are locked.
So somewhere in the orbit of Jupiter. Oh yeah. So let's take note of the music by Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra. I think this is a well-established group. They've been making music for about 30 years, and I think this is their only video game soundtrack.
I believe so.
I guess so, yeah.
They did this sick cover of Lupin the Third. Oh, so good.
But this game is actually made by Polygon Magic. It was later translated and published in the English version by Titus Games, which is very well known for one of his best games of all time, which is Superman 64.
That is certainly an opinion.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it took them 64 tries. They finally got it right eventually.
Yep.
It wasn't on the 64th try, I can tell you that.
But yeah, if you guys do not know about this game is wacky as heck. Think of it as like Bishi Bashi or WarioWare, but like with a very good story mode. You play as like one of the 4 main characters in the game, and all of them are just as a family. Then you get like the grandma and also the best character in the game, which is Pesu. I love Pesu a lot. But yeah, the premise of the story is that you're just going back home to celebrate your grandma's 80th birthday. So
the father is at work, the mother is out doing errands, and the daughter's in school, and the son is, I don't know, he's in the playground, I think. So we start out with Father Taneo, Chapter 1. Taneo works as a salaryman in Tokyo. I believe his office building, as you'll find out later, is 1 kilometer tall. So it's not Tokyo Tower. It's a much taller building. You can see there's some construction going on outside. They got a nice little globe. He's dozing off here, but it's time to exercise.
Okay, everyone, get up out of your chairs. Know you've been sitting there a long time. Just shake it off, get nice and limber. It's time to dance.
I've never heard that sound before. That's supposed to be like a drum beat. I don't know if that came out. My TV was going beep 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 beep. So that just might be what we're working with today. So this first game is it's a rhythm game. Basically, the button prompts go across the top of the screen, and I have to press someone to reach the middle. It's a little bit tricky because the chart is slightly off from the audio track, so I'm pretty much have to just use my eyes and not my ears. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and we will. I'll have someone on the couch explain the thing in the top right.
Are you going to explain?
That's the stress meter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the stress meter. Just like in real life, we all have a hidden stress meter in the top right of our periphery. If it hits the max level, you have a meltdown and your game is over. You have to try everything again.
The mini games are gonna be like, it's not as easy as this thing right here. So it starts off pretty doable and easy, but later on in the game, like, it will get like more strenuous and more like, how you say, endurance like. But yeah, we just started with rhythm games and exercises. Also, to also mention as well, take note of the woman in the red as well. Her name is Fujiko, and she will be
a sharp eye might have seen her on the TV in the intro cutscene.
Yes. She will be appearing in multiple occasions in this game.
Also appearing on multiple occasions in this game is Mr. Button Mashing.
Button mashing.
Here I have to mash X to fill up the John Travolta meter.
Yeah, to exactly the 0 of you after this is played who want to pick up Incredible Crisis as a speed game, we have decided to allow Turbo to keep that carpal tunnel away.
We have?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, you have to blame Yorkie again.
Yeah, me and Yorkie talked about it, and one of the arguments for it is that in the instruction manual for the Japanese version, it suggests you use Turbo, but not like as a controller. It refers to putting like a personal massager on your PlayStation controller and just letting it roll.
Oh yes. They mentioned about that. I don't like that, but yeah, you got a globe. Oh, smashes into the office building, and everyone's panicking.
Every single one of these level names are a movie reference. So whatever the dev was that was in charge of that, they sure like their movies. You see a lot of cutscenes that are just fun movie scenes moved around.
Yeah. So for this one, I press X a few times, I guess. I have to I press X to run, and I have to kind of do it in bursts so I don't deplete my stamina. And then it gets a little harder here. I have to jump over stuff and duck under it, so jump under the ladder. I can kind of just crash into it if I want like that. It doesn't really matter. But this is only 3 screens long. This is the 3rd one, so it's a very short game. And yeah, it's pretty much over now. So that was Bowling Inferno. The game is clear. 6 out of 10, I'd say. My game has never done this before with that beeping sound in place of the drums. I apologize for the.
It's a special occasion.
Yep.
We're doing 80%. We're doing 100%. We're doing all cutscenes.
80% all cutscenes.
80%, 100% all cutscenes. Dual Shock Edition.
Excellent.
Yeah, we were getting to an elevator. Oh no, the globe. It's back.
So yeah, the elevator starts falling, but thankfully there's a big red stop falling button on the elevator. So I have to I have to kind of smash that.
Safety first, dude. You need that big button.
So he's gonna be spamming X on that red button. But also we can introduce something called input lag, which is happening right now.
Watch that TV.
The TV.
It's fine, I'm finished.
Yeah, you just always get nailed by that last object, and then a refrigerator.
Refrigerator just
you
flatten.
can avoid the last object. I think it's like, is it random whether or not the cycle ends up favorably?
Kinda, I guess, but you have to also move.
Sort of random. It's cycle dependent, and if you're going the fastest you possibly can, you will get hit by that last object. From what I found out, tassing it.
Yep.
Yeah. So there we go, like that, and that's game clear. What did I get? 729. Not bad.
That's right. We measure how well we did in meters in this game, not time.
Also, yeah, you mentioned saying that it's like 3 times as high as the Tokyo Tower.
Yeah, I did. It's 999
999 meters.
But yeah, there are a decent amount of lag frames in most of these games. For that one, you don't want to spam the button as fast as you can. There's a very particular, I guess, kind of rhythm/speed that you want to hit, and it's kind of hard to find. But I managed to get it there.
Also, note on the wire.
On a wire here.
Yes.
So I'm here. I have to press and hold X and let go when the little ticker is in the middle green zone. You'll see the thing on the screen.
You'll see this mini game come up a couple more times, and it is not fun each time. There's
gonna be a few mini games that's gonna be coming out. Yeah, but if he hits the blue, sorry, if he hits the blue, he has to go like near towards the green, and then it goes back to normal. But otherwise,
Ooh, nice.
That's really good.
Yeah, nice save. Yeah, there are some of these mini games where you're trying to get it in the green bar, and because of the input lag that's inherent to the game, it is actually impossible to stop it in the middle.
Oh,
yeah, so like
that's close.
It's kind of a coin flip whether or not the game, like when you let go of X, whether the game realizes it right away or will realize it 5 frames later. So sometimes it's just like not even up to you if you fail it or not.
Yep.
That's
a good thing that you didn't even go to the red at all. The red is just like, yo, you drop down and then you just hold on to the pole. Yeah.
Goodbye, nerd.
But of course, despite the fact that I did that perfectly, he still falls off the flagpole.
Yep.
But it's fine. He'll land on his feet.
He lands on his feet.
Good landing. 10 out of 10.
Well, actually, we'll see. That was probably an A, but we'll find out on the report card later.
Yeah, there's a grading system for this game. He gets damaged anyways. He gets hurt.
Gets a fatal head trauma at the end of it.
Yep. Here comes the grading system.
There is a fan theory that the rest of this game isn't real. It's just his dying thoughts as he enters the hospital.
How's a B?
Tanayo's dead, huh? The B? No, I nailed that. I don't believe that. Disagree.
So really enough, the
I
grading
do love
system.
in this game It's like
Really?
A, B, B. That averages out to A plus.
A plus.
It's
yeah.
Good job.
I think
so
the
weird.
lowest score. I think the lowest overall score you can get is B. I think it's like it's either A
No,
plus
you can
A or B.
you can get a C and still get an A plus.
Well, no, you
So
can get
this
a,
is,
yeah. So you can get a C on the levels, but on the chapter, I think you can't get a C.
This
Anyway,
is the best
so-
minigame in the game.
Of course, yeah.
It is the best. It's I think it should be rolled out to all paramedics the nation over as a way to tell if someone's conscious.
All right, so yeah, they're gonna ask me yes or no questions, and I have to get them correct.
Simple ones.
Otherwise, if I get 2 of them wrong in a row, I have to be defibrillated.
Is the Danish national flag the oldest in the world?
Check out the guy on the left, by the way. I like that little. I thought at first I thought it was a heart, but I think it's supposed to be like a circle. Like
I think it's a circle,
You
yeah.
did it.
oh, what did I do that for?
No, shock
no.
him. He's hysterical.
Are you okay? No.
Yeah, so these questions they're
Probably
mostly
math
the
is next.
same, but afterwards they will give you like math questions if he actually gets the math questions.
By the way.
Yep.
Like that one.
Absolutely not.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
an easy one.
That was an easy one. Get
there
this
you
one.
go.
Get this
There you
one.
go.
Ah.
Easy.
So
you think I
how
didn't
you
study
actually
for
look
this?
at that, right? Is just to look at the last number, and that's about it.
Right.
What's the points? I've never seen this in my life. What? I think
this
so.
one's
Yes.
easy. Yeah, see, you
Yeah.
know this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also get like these long
How many hoses
questions as
is
well.
no. Okay, there we go.
Just no.
Easy.
Alright.
You're fine.
Easy.
Get out of my car.
Already so quickly, it's like, yes, you're alive. Get out right now.
There's nothing wrong with you. Get out now.
Get out. We have more
You don't
stuff
have to
make.
pay at all. He doesn't have to pay.
What was the one I got wrong again? It was like
I
it
don't
was a
remember.
really easy one, and I just like wasn't thinking.
I think it was.
I've
An easy
already-
one.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
one. It was
I
like the
forgot.
meters and liters one. I think.
Oh yeah, meters and liters. Yeah.
I think I got my buttons confused, and I pressed X for no because you know that would make sense, right?
In the
So my,
Japanese version, yes.
my favorite mode of conveyance in this life is hospital gurney down the highway.
Yeah.
There are some tricks to avoiding being splatted, and that's to hug this right wall. Because while you're kind of in the lane of oncoming traffic, you can kind of just keep smacking yourself against the wall and hit kind of this half lane where you don't collide with things.
Yeah, this isn't like faster or anything. 'Cause it's an auto scroller, and it's much more
Yep.
strenuous to do it like this. But it's also like I'm lazy and I don't want to have to actually play it properly.
It's like the
very
safest thing
fun.
that
I
you
think-
could do in this part.
And I think most everybody who's run this has decided that they're too lazy to do anything other than
Oh, yeah.
this.
Who would want to like avoid the obstacles when you just can like I don't know hit the side of the road, you know?
So again, this is another part of Incredible Crisis where we use meters as a method of telling time. So usually I'd ask for donations in somewhere like this, but I will take this opportunity to ask pointed questions to my co-commentators.
Yeah.
So Horseman, what is your favorite minigame in Incredible Crisis?
Oh no. do I say the next mini game?
The next one going up. I think we're all thinking that one.
The next mini game would be my favorite one.
Okay. What about you, my liege lord, Bram the Fifth?
Probably the same.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's up there. I think I like the hospital questions one just for the
Hospital one's pretty good.
comedic value.
The hospital one is just
We also got the you're not going to see it tonight, but we also got the karaoke game. That's a nice one.
Yeah, I actually
For
do
entertainment.
quite like the sliding block puzzle with Ririka later, because that was a lot of fun to task. You can finish it before the start screen even goes
it's
away.
the 10th teacher, yeah, 10th teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, to
you can see
further
I've already-
explain what
You can see I've already gotten hit a few
about.
times, but
Sorry.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, to further explain what Bramhall was talking about, we actually skipped like 2 minigames in the English version. The Japanese version have like 2 more minigames, which is like a subway and a karaoke minigame, which, one of them actually takes like 7 minutes.
Yeah, there's some that like just wouldn't. They rely too much on like the Japanese writing system, and were just not really worth the effort to translate. So they just cut them. So if you, Obviously, it's the rare instance of the English version being faster in a speedrun.
Right, so Tech Crew, this is the part where our family sensibilities will be offended if we leave the volume up. So if you want all the hot, steamy action that the GDQ don't let you see, don't let you listen to, you head on over to this guy's stream. You can see all the too hot for GDQ.
More like just watch a YouTube video out of it.
You can watch this guy cheat on his wife. It's fine.
Yeah, so special mention is made to Fujiko here. There's some lore to be extracted from the still beating heart of this game. And in some of the Japanese companion pamphlets for this game.
Oh god, I saw the comic for that. No.
Yeah, Fuji is part of a secret organization whose goals are world domination, the abolishment of monogamy, and the release of all hamsters. And as a man who aspires to be a house husband with contained hamsters, I dislike her.
I should show you one of the panels. Tetsuya, I should show you one of the panels in the comic. It's
I've seen them.
It's so ridiculous.
Yorkie has uploaded them for everybody. If you go on archives.org, it's entertaining.
Never know about these.
Wow, that was fast.
That's actually fast. What?
That was really good.
That's a really fast back massage.
Build it up on the first cycle?
What? What? But yeah,
so
everything wouldn't have like come into play. Everything, like even this game as well, it wouldn't have been showcased at all without Yorkie. So shout outs to Yorkie, he's the pioneer for this game, anyways. But yeah, bye Fujiko.
Thanks for the massage.
She left a present for you.
Yeah. What's my prize for the excellent 2-cycle massage that I just gave?
This is a bomb.
It's a bomb.
You want it?
Oh wait, no.
I think is that our second or third explosion? I forget. I feel like there were 2 in the office.
That's the second explosion, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the elevator was the first one. I think that's the only one that we've seen before.
Second is the
what's your grade for that massage? An A, I disagree. S tier. Triple S massage.
Triple S massage, dude.
Guys and gals, get you a fellow who can 2-cycle massage you like this man.
Oh god, no! But yeah, now Taneo's stuck on the helicopter. And then everyone is just like, yeah, we're just gonna leave the helicopter, that's it. And then Mission Impossible style.
There's another explosion.
Another explosion, and then Taneo grabs on Fujiko, and Fujiko's like, no, get your hands off me, you dirty old man! But we gave you a back massage! What are we gonna do?
You dirty old man is what she says when you go off the grid.
And then, like, UFO comes along. Yeah, we went from a helicopter to a UFO all of a sudden. By the way, Simon says UFO.
Yeah, the UFO is a good, as we'll find out from this phone call that Tani was about to say, the UFO is actually a good guy, and we want to protect it.
Yeah, it all ties together. I like how his phone still works after being dropped in the harbor and then surviving X number of explosions.
But yeah, Taneo's like, oh yes, that's terrible. And then you would know why is it terrible when we get into Ririka's part.
All right, so this one, the boats are shooting missiles at the UFO, and we have to shoot the missiles down. It's thankfully pretty easy. The explosion radius is pretty generous, so you just kind of shoot in the general direction, you'll get it. Eventually, the missiles are gonna start shooting me, but they don't actually
no one cares.
Yeah, they don't. What they'll do is they'll make like my my crosshair move a little bit slower, but it's not really much of a difference. And if you play actually the Japanese version of the game, it's the crosshair is a lot more difficult to control. When I press the D-pad, it moves faster. If I get hit, it moves slower, way slower. But in the English version, they decided to kind of make it easier. So I'm glad for that. You win.
Still maintain this is one of the best songs in the game.
Oh yeah, you actually hear it twice.
Yeah.
It plays in 2 games. I forgot what it was called.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall.
I'm kind of disappointed. I don't think the soundtrack for this is on any streaming services, but I'm pretty sure they did release it physically at some point.
No, wait, they did it on the Bear Wars, right?
Yeah, the Bear also used it.
Yeah, Bear Wars, that's the one.
Because it's taking time in the same, like 15 horrible minutes.
Yeah. This one is just a 90-second auto scroller, but later on it's gonna be like 1-2 minutes of shooting a bear. But we'll
the
get to
moral
that
of this
later.
game is life comes at you fast.
Yes. We saved the UFO, and then another explosion. This is the fourth
Now
explosion.
we're gonna be introduced shortly to another one of the more important characters in the story, the hairbrush.
The boatman.
Boatman likes to hit himself with the head of the hairbrush.
Unfortunately, like, the boatman doesn't have a name. Like, every single character in the game has a name except for this guy. I don't know why.
See, this backs up my lore of Teneo is actually dead. This is actually Charon, Ferryman of the Dead. And
that doesn't explain Tsuyoshi and Ridika though.
They're also dead.
Oh, okay, yeah. That explains it then. So, of course, since Teneo is a big old 5-head over here, he decides to pull the cork from the bottom of the
What have you done? So in comes probably the worst minigame of this entire game, and
not the worst.
I hate it. It's bad. It's awful.
Not the worst. You got the last one.
It's fine on its own. It's just the fact that it takes up so much of the game.
Yeah, and
which we'll come to find out what that means later.
Yeah, if you just like this minigame, good news. You're gonna see it.
You're gonna see it like multiple times.
Over again.
Oh, but as I'm gonna explain this minigame, he's not even holding X. This is actually just mashing X and then pressing
mash
triangle.
The whole time.
Yeah, pressing triangle to throw the water off. And then once the boatman leaves, you have to mash X, like press triangle, and then hold like whatever left or right, I guess. Yeah.
Stuff like this is chiefly why the turbo mode decision, I think, is kind of a no-brainer, because this game is physically painful to play.
It's physically painful.
And it's emotionally painful. Look at the boatman, he's not helping.
You use one hand on the X and triangle, and then the other hand on your on the
No, I
D-pad.
use two hands for the bucket, and then I just kind of switch my left hand over to the D-pad.
I use one hand. I just use one hand.
Well, that would probably make it harder.
Because it's right hand endurance.
I am terrible at mashing with one hand, so that would I just found a method that's more comfortable for me, I guess.
Well, so good news, you can always use Topo.
So Tetsuya mentioned that we measure time and distance in this game, but this mini game is an exception. The boat will actually slow down if I let it fill up with water.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to keep going and keep going, keep going, no breaks.
Hello. So I see that like that. I in a speed run, I want to make sure that never happens. Otherwise the run will be dead.
That was so close to actually exploding.
I'll have unsalvageable 2-3 seconds time loss from letting the boat fill up with water. Game.
And then the boatman's back.
What's cool is you do only need the umbrella open to protect yourself from falling objects for one frame to protect yourself.
Yep.
So if you get super good, you can parry them like third strike.
Teneo's sad. He's gonna
get we're gonna get an abridged cutscene here.
Yep. Hi. I cut the brake line.
So in the Japanese version, what she does there, she hands him a bomb, and that segues into the next minigame where he has to disarm the bomb. But because of because
translation.
Just bad translation. At the end of the minigame, actually, then the sign says the brakes are out, so that ties everything together. But we just kind of get the abrupt I cut the brake lines here.
Goodbye, Pesu.
Honey, I'm home.
He was just having fun as well. He was just like,
Want a
we'll
massage?
just have fun.
Honey, I'm home, he says to his 80-year-old mother.
It could be the wife's mother.
And so ends the tale of Teneo Tanamatsuri and the no-good, terrible, rotten day.
Yep.
I think this. So my lives have officially been maxed out at 9. They should remain at 9 for the rest of the game.
Unless you lose one.
Unless I stink.
Unless we're feeling spicy.
I could lose one right here. This one's kind of a notorious.
So we end.
Easy.
We
Easy
end Teneo and we start with Etsuko. And then Etsuko's side of the story is as crazy as the husband, but yeah, we got to start in a bank, and then oh no, the furries takes over.
Abort.
I don't think that's what Dog Day Afternoon was about.
Please, please.
Beep 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 beep.
Afternoon of the Wolves.
All right, so here's another matching simulator.
Yeah, Etsuko is playing Solid Snake in this one. She has to avoid the heavily
avoid
armed
the furries.
Okay, so the important stuff is in the top right of the screen, but once I make it to this first point, I want you to look at the bottom left. Toilet.
Hello!
This is just toilet.
Yeah.
I think it's illegal, right? You can't have a camera in the bathroom.
Yeah, actually.
So anyway, the
nice
way
clear.
the thing behind that game is that I have to just like those circles. I have to go when they're all green. If they're red and I'm not behind a safe point, I die.
And that's actually good RNG right there.
But it doesn't matter. I got caught anyway, and they're dragging me to the vault.
Yeah, so the furries catches you. Oh, you get dragged in the vault. Oh, this is gonna be an Indiana Jones kind of thing, and you need to pull out your notes as well.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yes. So basically,
put it back.
Put it back. No, no. Oh, that was close. It's like I don't know. God, they're so bad aimers.
Get back in there for your government mandated rhythm game and Indiana Jones reference.
Pound for pound.
Yeah. So pound for pound. So Bramho actually found this strat out. So you actually, when you look at the first row, you instantly know the number of the weight. So basically, there's like 4 different weights. Basically, there's like, oh no, oh that's 6666 anyway. So
yeah.
Yeah, so you have to Indiana Jones this golden idol pig with the groceries you had while you're out shopping.
This isn't. I was gonna say, is this the one with the pistol magazine? I don't think it is.
I don't know. I had to pull out my notes anyways.
Why did Etsuko get a pistol magazine while she was shopping?
I think this might be wrong. Oh no, I got it.
No, you got it. You're good.
Cool.
This is actually probably one of the hardest minigames in the whole game if you don't have the answer in front of you. But
yep.
Yeah. So, we did it, and now we have to unlock the pig using a special code.
But she still gets like.
Oh, that's what the pistol magazine was for. All right.
That's the end of chapter 1, by the way.
Ace. I got an extremely good pattern on the first one, by the way. I didn't point it out, but I'm pretty sure I was just able to mash X the whole time. I didn't have to pause or anything.
Yeah.
It is possible to get like just a really bad pattern that you have to sit there and wait for an entire cycle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here comes the good stuff right here. All right, so we get the golden pig again, but here comes the good stuff.
Ska wolves.
Fujiko was a furry all along, or is a furry.
Code the statue's secret message.
I call that based. I call that based.
Here we have a Tusco and the golden pig.
Oh yeah, a Tusco.
This is a nice and easy one. Okay, so I've just made the impromptu decision. I'm gonna do this blindfolded.
Oh,
excellent!
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
okay, so basically you can Okay, so this mini game, it's very easy to do because it just repeats itself like 4 times. But you just have to remember.
Him in the background. No, very hard, very hard.
And also at the same time, yes, you can blindfold this game. But there's like some mini games that you can blindfold and some mini games that you can't blindfold. This is one of those mini games that you can blindfold anyways.
Wow, I'm impressed. He's been practicing this chart.
So also at the same time, if you miss like one of the the beats, it doesn't really matter because oh my god, that matters a lot.
Wow, that
matters like so much.
I thought that was close enough.
I can't even hear the audio, but like oh my god. So yeah, if you miss like plenty of the beats, right, it would just raise the stress meter up.
Still good.
But yeah, hopefully it's that good.
Yeah,
okay,
I got my buttons mixed up, and I totally ate it on one of those cycles, but it's not a big deal.
Note, plan, calculated. You're introducing dramatic tension into the stream.
How close was it? I didn't see it fill up.
Yeah, it was like 70% up.
It was alright.
It was pretty good.
60-70% up. Oh yeah, we get to introduce the ultimate weapon. This is called Benjamin.
The ultimate weapon, Benjamin.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't spoil it, but I'm gonna say immediately self-destruct.
Kill, maim, destroy.
It was made by so-called Dr. Benjamin. And then we get a leak. Oh, Exco gets a leak. Oh, knocks it. That's it. Destroyed. Self-destruct. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, we're in the middle of nowhere in Japan. We went
I'm not like a vegetable expert, but whatever it is that you did,
I would like to apologize for my co-commentator misidentifying a leak. That was
that's not a leak?
radish.
Oh no, that's a radish. Oops. But okay, we went from like in the middle of Tokyo, into like the middle of nowhere in like probably Mount Fuji.
Also, by the way, popping off to Hokkaido for groceries, dude.
By the way, so this minigame, you can't do the cheese strat that you did on the stretcher because if you hit on the side, your stress meter will go up.
You fill the criteria for dying, basically.
Yeah, so you alternate left and right on this one, which makes you go to the center and stays in the center.
It is impossible to go straight in this. You have to also always be steering. So basically just wiggle, 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 and that's the name of the game. And stay in between these. If these guys shoot you, you lose control momentarily. You don't get hurt for some reason. I would think that bullets would hurt more than the side of the the rocks there, but
well, there's a very good reason why they don't. That's because Etsuko is made of iron. She's a super spy who has avoided guns and lasers, and now snowboarders with guns chasing her.
Is this in the manual?
No, that's in my heart.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever want to find like a strategy guide, there's 2 strategy guides, by the way, for this game.
But like, why though?
Because one is for the story.
Yeah, who's like playing this game and they're like, I'm really stuck. I don't know how to mash fast enough.
So this is actually like way harder than it looks, but it is a fixed pattern, so I'm kind of used to it, and I like kind of have internalized when I'm supposed to go where.
The question is, can you blindfold this?
Oh, no problem.
It is, definitely possible.
Technically doable blindfolded, but I don't
they're
know.
all technically doable blindfolded.
Someday someone's gonna blindfold the heck out of this game, like for sure, because I thought about blindfolding like this game like in 2020 when I started running this game. I only blindfolded I only tried blindfolding one of the minigames live actually. Off the cliff into the abyss. Yes. Is she dead?
Further confirmation.
No, she made him iron. We established this.
Yeah, see, like she knows how to ride a snowboard. That's why
she's the one who doesn't have. That's why she's the one who doesn't have to empty out the river Styx, right?
Oh, you got an A.
Yeah, it's true.
I like how C and B just gets an A.
You know why that is? It's because Etsuko is death incarnate. This was the first prequel to that hit anime Spy Family.
Oh no!
What's next again? Oh, the planes.
The planes.
That's right.
Oh yeah. So
at the bottom of the jet fighter hangar.
Yeah, more evidence to my theory is Etsuko knows how to pilot a fighter jet. No problem. Yeah. Her only concern is that she has to cook dinner, so she commandeers a jet to do it.
Do you not know why she can actually fly a plane?
It's because she's a super spy.
No. So her boyfriend, she had a boyfriend once, and like he knew how to fly planes, so he taught her how to fly planes, and then this comes into play. Like it's
a very
some
sweet
kind of
couples
weird
activity.
Yeah, it's some weird lore that happened, and it was somewhere before Tornado came along. So
I think it's because the cockpit of the plane is just a D-pad, and it's really easy.
It's weird.
Man, this user-friendly interface is getting ridiculous.
Somewhere you could totally like find a strategy guide or find a comic for this, and then yes, it will tell you that like Etsuko had a boyfriend who knew how to fly planes, and then this comes into play that he knows how to fly planes. And also at the same time, we want to mention this as well. There are planes that are flying on the opposite direction. She's the only one who's going out right now. Everyone else are big like scaredy cats, and they're just going in.
Yeah.
We'll mention about that.
They're not flying low enough to the ground to the point where they can hit me if I stay all the way down. So that's how you avoid those planes.
The only things that really can are the doors, and they're not that big of an inconvenience. They kind of knock you to the side.
Yeah, it's a fixed pattern of these doors. I used to have like most of it written down, and then I just decided that's too much trouble to look at notes for this, and I just kind of just react.
Yeah, unless you're getting tricky, blindfolding yourself with something to prove.
I wanted to try this, but like I just got lazy. Maybe someday I will try it again, but I just need to not be lazy.
But how could you blindfold it? You need to see your notes to tell you where to go.
No, I can do it by sound cues. Yeah, this is also another auto-scroller, so we either go with donations or we can talk more, because this is
I will
a showcase.
again present a pointed question, my commentators. What is your favorite model of fighter jet?
Is B-52 a fighter jet?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they came from Planet Claire.
I wish I knew any kind of fighter jets, to be fair. I'm just gonna say like this one, that's it. Because I don't know any...
Fake fan, gotta say.
What do you mean fake fan? This is the only thing I know of.
Doesn't even know what fighter jet you like. I'm partial to the B-2 stealth bomber.
B-17 bomber.
But yeah, so this thing's over. We get out, everyone gone back into the secret facility, and then all of a sudden, wait a minute.
Bear.
A giant teddy bear all of a sudden.
With my daughter's face on it.
Terrorizing the city. And it's like, Etsuko's like, oh, instinct's like, oh, I'm just gonna save the world, I guess.
I've been informed by Twitch chat that the B-52 isn't a fighter.
I've given you too much credit. I'm sorry. Both my commentators are fake fans.
What?
Fake fans of fighter jets.
Anyways,
is my secret shame that I am as well.
So Bear Wars, you could actually like do this thing blindfolded again, but like it's only like two patterns. It's either on the middle left or the bottom right, and that's about it. Yep. So the first three is gonna be on the top. The middle left. Then the next four is going to be on the bottom right, and then the last one is going to be on the middle left. So yeah.
So yeah, the best chance you have at not missing any of these. Oh wait, no, I think we're still. Wait, what was I on? This is three. This is three. Okay, it's three. Okay. The best chance I have of not missing these is just to be spamming.
Oh, you almost missed it.
Nah, dude.
So my favorite part about this minigame is she sees this bear with her daughter's face on it and says, "Ririka, why is she here?" And then she proceeds to fire missiles at it.
Doesn't even know if like the daughter's in there anyways. It's just like, oh,
that's my daughter? Not anymore.
I'm gonna save the world by killing my daughter.
No hesitation, ice water in her veins.
I'm on 6 now, right?
Yeah.
6 is the really long one.
Bring it around town. Hit the button.
All right.
So yeah, when you if you press X but there's no target, it doesn't shoot a missile and it plays that nice sound.
It's my ringtone actually.
It just all right. Last one.
This one's really easy.
For all the marbles. Can you press X?
Yeah.
What a god! He pressed X.
I think I've established at this point whether or not I can press X. I don't know how far I can get it making this game if I can't press X. Anyway, it's time to start dinner.
Look at that. It's time to start dinner. Top Gun theme plays. Americans crying.
And then the grandma's like, what? You bought a jet fighter bag? Oh, tonight's menu is sukiyaki.
She says, holding the bag that contains a clip of pistol ammo.
Oh no! Yes.
It's one way to get your kids to eat their veggies.
Oh, true, yes.
Monthly housewife. What does that say?
I don't know, it's just a housewife. She's just a housewife with a grading system.
Yeah, you get a report card for being a housewife in Tokyo, I think.
Damn, that's cool.
Incredible.
You gotta pump those numbers up, I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, worst character in the game?
My poor lump of a son.
So weird thing is that he only has 2 lines in this game, and that's about it.
Yeah,
it just goes
bye-bye.
Yeah, it just one of them is bye-byes and the other one's that's it. Anyways, he gets shrunk. The
he doesn't have
bear.
any dialogue in this. Granted,
There's no dialogue.
Yeah, it's not a lot of dialogue in this game to begin with.
Yeah,
but.
it's just and this bye.
Yeah, to be fair, his father says about as much.
Oh yeah. By the way, he's shrunk.
He shrinks.
I don't think we've established that, but he's very small right now.
I did say this in GDQ, and I will say this again. This is the best one. Kicks in the nuts.
Yeah, Ant just like does him dirty. What the heck?
He doesn't even react at all. Like in the nuts, he just doesn't react.
It's more of a stomp, really.
Yeah.
Debatably, hurts more, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, so we're on King of the Hill, and this is our son, Bobby the Hill. And it's
so
kind of like
walking simulator.
Yeah, it's basically a permutation of earlier games where you have to just stop in the middle. You just have to press X in the middle, and then do some sweet dude dodges to avoid the landslide.
Yeah.
Big dodge.
In the Japanese version of the game, it's there are
good
rocks
RNG.
as well as mud. It doesn't affect the gameplay at all. It just makes it easier to see. I don't know why they decided to make it harder to see.
Oh no!
Frame perfect.
Oh,
easy.
Did you see
easy
that?
every time.
Dodge!
I knew coding my son with that hydrophobic coating was worth it.
Oh!
There we go.
That dodge again!
The read,
the read though. The read.
When I get that close to the top, I have no way of knowing where it's going to come from, and I can't react in time. So sometimes you have to guess. Oh, I'm going to have to roll off to the side now. Maybe. I 50-50 shot, right?
Also, by the way, King of the Hill, one of the hardest minigames, by the way.
Yeah.
It looks easy,
Legitimately,
but
it's pretty
hard.
difficult.
Yeah, you catch my run on no glitches allowed. I was at that for like 2 minutes, maybe.
All right, Kiss of the
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Alright,
so we had to be quiet for this one.
Yep.
All right, so when I did this minigame at GDQ, I blew everyone's mind, right? Whoops. I figured this time around I'll give a more kind of in-depth explanation as to what I'm doing here. So these first 5 or so are pretty self-explanatory. You hold the X button, you let go, it's in the green. It disappears eventually, you can't see it, so you kind of have to guess. But it's pretty easy to just eyeball it. Like that, right? So it's going to get a lot harder after this next one. So what I do is I listen to the music, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. So I count 2 measures, then and of 1 to the third measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 e and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a 1 e and a. Is a little bit safer than, and then this next one I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Holy crap.
Yeah, easy every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god!
What a god! We can't even see the spider.
And the chat goes wild.
That's how easy that ridiculously difficult minigame can be.
That is incredible.
Women weeping.
Yeah,
My music degree owning heart.
Yeah,
No kidding.
This strat was actually found by Jack himself. We didn't know about anything about the counting thing until Jack came in.
Yeah, Metroid strats are strong.
I basically just got sick of this game and decided to solve it once and for all. It was
and you
obviously,
found
like,
it
something you could do.
in between the games list that came out and then SGDQ. You found it within 1 month.
Yeah, I mean that's just because I was grinding the heck out of this game.
Yeah, me over here who can't carry a tune in the bucket, impossible. So speaking of buckets,
Titanic away again, by the way. Bucket.
Oh, we have to do Titanic away again.
yeah, our friend Kron, God of Death himself, the boatman to the river Styx, he has shrunk as well. Made a tiny little boat with a tiny little hole in it.
Ah, yes, you never
He also
see a
says
kid
thanks,
falling out of the
mistress.
sky.
Since this kid is from the 5-head family, once again, he's gonna pull the cork out of the boat.
Big brain! What have you done?
The brains, man. All right, so this is the same thing as before. We don't know what to say. Oh, other than like the patterns are gonna be different for like I don't know the items that's gonna be flying up.
So for Tanio's Titanic minigame, there were 2 objects. There was one that came down right away, and then there was one that hung in the air a little bit. Tsuyoshi introduced a third one that hangs in the air even longer. So basically just look at like the bone's gonna come down right away. Then I think there's like a little fish and then a big fish. And the little fish, it's boring. I'm not gonna talk anymore.
Okay, I'll talk. I have to express my disdain and hate for everything involved with this mini game and all the characters in it. See the boatman in the back? He's just dancing, watching you die.
He's not dancing, by the way. He's just stomping the cork. He's trying to stomp the cork and support you.
Why does it look so happy?
He's supporting you.
Happy?
He's like, yes, get the water out, yes. And then he's just stomping the cork as well, while you just throw the water out, you know, saving his and your life.
And this tiny boy who cannot speak. I have a massive dislike of him.
If I'm tiny, what does that make this guy? He's the same size as me.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you do not know about that thing, it's weirdly enough using another controller.
Yeah, there are special things you can do with the Player 2 controller.
Invalidated.
Yeah. So like the English version, you have like if you use like another controller, you can make make the character's head bigger or shrink their bodies. And then in the Japanese version, it's like sounds or something. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, the sound effects are in this too.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah. So you get everything in the English version. Japanese version just doesn't have the body modifications.
No, the English version is better always.
Okay, so back to my hate for this child. What about that haircut, though?
Oh my god!
Bye.
Goodbye. Have fun being tiny forever.
But then again, it will. He will increase or he will expand later on or whatever it is. I don't know. If you go back to normal. Also, praying mantis.
Yeah, the movie buffs among you might recognize that this entire section of the game is a reference to the movie. Honey, our son has a bowl cut and I've shrunk him for the insurance money.
Big pardon.
My favorite childhood movie.
Yeah, coming back to like the earlier, like how you say, the earlier mini game, which is Bowling Inferno. This is the same thing as Bowling Inferno, but instead of beer, you get milk.
Yeah,
Can I just hold on? I'll talk about it later.
When you're a kid, your energy is milk-based, and when you grow up, you add some coffee.
Either coffee or beer.
I'm just gonna mention just how good this run has been so far. Actually,
yeah, it's honestly been pretty amazing.
Yeah,
kind of sucks about the cutscenes, huh?
Yeah. Like that like the bank mini game that was just over in seconds flat. The King of the Hill didn't get slid once. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life.
Oh yeah, by the way, the ant who kicked the ant who stomped Tsuyoshi in the nuts comes back and helps Tsuyoshi back home, and then Tsuyoshi
I feel
gets
bad
sad.
too. I mean,
Tsuyoshi gets sad. Bye.
Listen to this somber piano ska in the background. Pick it up.
Ska's somberly. Actually, you think that's
he has one line of dialogue. He has one line of dialogue. It says grandma.
Oh!
He's just pimping on the.
I'd love to blow up his head here, but this is an FMV, so I can't.
Yeah, that's the end of Tsuyoshi. Tsuyoshi's chapter is like pretty short because everyone hates Tsuyoshi.
It's because he's pretty short. Look at him. Can't even click his heels together. Can't dance effectively.
I'm so glad to actually have you around.
Oh wait, hold on. I scrolled down on my notes because in preparation for the goods must be crazy, but I have to do this garbage first.
Oh yeah. So all the backstory from like Taneo to Etsuko to Tsuyoshi shrinking comes into play in Marika's part because Marika's crazy.
This cutscene in this minigame is a reference to a TV show in Japan, but we don't know about it here, so I won't talk about that. Anyway, this is the daughter. She wants to go to Shibuya to go shopping, and the goal of this minigame coming up is to cut school and don't let the teacher catch you, or he'll actually murder you.
Skip school.
Yeah, Ririka is very good at it. It's a sliding block puzzle where you try to move around the students. This means she has an understanding with every kid in the classroom. She's like, I need to get out. Swap with me.
Oh.
They're willing to, just get hit in the head with a piece of chalk and lose consciousness for her.
Okay, so I'm safe as soon as I get to that one.
Yeah, yes!
Nice.
Alright. So the guy can just turn around whenever he wants. It's RNG whether I win or lose, pretty much.
Do I want to mention this? I like how the teacher's hands are just Tyrannosaurus Rex's arms. It's just small. Small and just wiggly. Oh, here comes the best part. Here comes the best part.
You dropped your fursuit, lady.
dropped her expensive fursuit. And then, oh no, it's Fujiko. Oh god.
I'll be sure to repay you for this, she says.
You picked up my fursuit?
What a beautiful lady.
What a beautiful lady.
Sure hope she doesn't blow up my dad.
I sure hope she doesn't chase after me in a crane with wrecking balls and cannons.
Hey, that's spoilers.
The goods must be crazy. For this one, it's a memory game, aka just look at the notes. Mauve, that is 5.5.
Yeah, so basically this thing is like the same as the pound for pound, but also at the same time you have to it's like a fixed pattern. Funny enough, I think this was found by me.
As soon as you see like the first item, you immediately know exactly the positions of every subsequent item. So I just had to see Mauve, and then I know that this is 3.5. Yeah, and it's over. Yeah, so true.
Yeah, but this minigame and also the next minigame were kind of like... It's not really found by me for the next minigame. For this one, Goose Must Be Crazy is actually found by me. Weirdly enough, the next minigame, it has been around for like 20 plus years, and then we just found out like 2 years ago. Like, I don't know how. But yeah.
Yeah, someone on GameFAQs already found the strategy that we used.
Someone on Game FAQ
back when the game came out.
Found out about it 20 years ago. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here comes the actual storyline right here. So Ririka takes a photo. Wants to take a bear as well, but like there's a UFO. And then the UFO
people.
ruined,
You know the UFO people that you just see in Tokyo sometimes.
Yeah. The UFO ruined her picture.
So futuristic.
Yeah. This is like.
You gotta spin her finger and make.
This is like
dizzy.
really an ordinary day in Tokyo.
Yeah. So you're small.
Random UFO.
And you're large. So anyway, that explains the bear. As to why the bear comes to life and starts, kaijuing the city, that's not really explained. But I assume that probably was also in the electric shock as well.
It's an inherent property of growing to over 30 feet in Japan. You gain sentience and the urge to crush buildings.
I'm sick of this. Lazy, lazy, lonely, rainy, lovely, lovely.
do the rap. But yeah, you skip this minigame. The karaoke is like 7 minutes long, and you have to play like 3 songs.
Yeah, it's in Japanese, so they would have to re-record the songs and like redo the lyrics on screen.
Oh, here comes the Simon Says UFO.
It's gonna take too long.
So you say that as if like the internet has not adopted Bakamitai.
Someone is on the missile.
But yes, this is ignorant encounters. So it's a Simon Says UFO, but there's notes for this thing. But we'll talk about it after this cutscene, because this cutscene actually plays like lore or key into like why the dad was like, oh, I'm gonna save the mother UFO anyways, the mothership anyways. Yeah,
don't let them attack. That's the mothership. Yurika, what are you talking about? Don't worry about it. Just don't let them attack, okay? If you don't do it, I'll never clean my room again.
That's terrible.
It's okay now. My dad is willing to commandeer a missile platform and fight against his own country just to make me clean my room.
So yeah, like this is something that was found out like 20 years ago. So if you look at the first color, you instantly would know the pattern. There's a 3 button combination, 5 button combination, and 7 button combination. So you only need to look at the first color, and then you instantly know like all the rest of the colors afterwards.
Yeah, the patterns are all fixed. They didn't really put that many of them in there.
Do you see how effectively we have taken the fun away from this game? It's amazing. We know exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, we're on 5 now. Okay, I gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
This one's awkward.
Oh, I do like to mention as well, like
Put my thinking hat on.
the people behind Ririka is just strolling, like they're just strolling, like I don't know, calmly, peacefully. Why?
What, you guys never seen a UFO before?
Freaking UFO on the screen. Why are you? No one's
not gonna let it ruin my day.
Like so, like later on, probably you'll see it. Yeah, like this. So they're gonna keep putting interruptions in there to try to trip me up, and some of them are pretty funny. Like that guy shows up. There's the teddy bear. There's the teacher.
Oh, what?
That's the teacher. Yeah.
Wait, why is the teacher on there?
Because he murdered his students, dude.
Oh God.
With chalk.
There's the bank robbery.
I like how the mom
maybe
is
it's
also
maybe
there
it's
as well.
good we ditch school, huh? Yeah, so the companion manga for this has Ririka as like a much bigger piece of doo-doo. She's skipping school, she's smoking, she's drinking. Terrible daughter.
Alright, we got one more.
He's waiting. That was blue, right? Yeah, that was blue.
I wasn't even looking.
I placed my complete faith in you.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes during this minigame, you'll see a shot of the Ferris. You'll see sometimes in this minigame you'll see a shot of the Ferris wheel on the news. I like to point that out, but I don't think it showed up at all. There.
No. But everyone cheers, and then there's a UFO in the middle. Like, yes, you saved the world, you saved the city. We don't care about the UFO anyways.
I still can't get over like how good this run is while we're doing all cutscenes.
Oh yeah, by the way, here's a fun fact as well. If you get a C on ignorant encounters,
you get an A+
it's automatically an A+.
You get grandfathered into an A+ because of the missing karaoke game.
Yes. So even if you fail this, you get an A+ anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, guess what happens next?
I don't know what happens next. You had a pier, yes.
Yeah, there's some water. I get what.
I just have this Pavlovian response to water. Don't know why.
God dang it! The boatman's here.
Mister, let us get on your boat. Okay, but I have to inform you that there is a cork in the middle of the boat. I've had two people today.
Honest.
One more time.
No, he's only had one at this point.
Yeah, they're honest about it as well. So this is the last time. Oh no, she's thin. Look how thin she is.
No big deal. It's fine. What is wrong with this family?
No.
What have you done?
Also, by the way, canonically, we're just gonna say this. Canonically, the dad started it first, and then she started it next, and then the kids,
hang on.
The son started it last. Yeah.
I don't know if we know which came first, right? Because that last minigame was happening at the same time.
No. It was the dad started. The dad was first because at the end of this one, he gets shrunken. He shrinks.
Spoilers.
No.
Spoilers.
Yeah. You're right because he stays. Okay. Yeah, he stays shrunk until the ending cutscene. That's right.
Yeah, he stays. Yeah. So canonically, the dad started first, and then she started it next.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, in Incredible Crisis canon, this is how it went. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
It's convoluted and confusing, but like this game is just amazing.
I prefer the original cut of Incredibles Crisis. The director's cut just took out all the nuance for me.
Yeah, this is like the same thing as all, and also at the same time, also this like last few mini games are actually very, I say, endurance to like his hands, because later on there's gonna be one more endurance mini game.
Ooh, nice dude.
Oh, no.
I just got womboed.
Got two cycles.
Whatever. I'll let it happen.
God, how filthy must the harbor be?
Oh, do you want to show the what happens if you fail? Because we got
not this late.
We got plenty of time actually.
Let me just get to the very end and then fail. So I have to do it all over again because we love this mini game.
No, I want to see what the god run on all cutscenes on this console is.
For real though.
Oh, for real. But I just want to say, like, if you actually fail this mini game, you actually do the I'm the king of the world Titanic thing that like in the movies they do.
Which movie?
I'll just mention that like none of the PS2s I own can play this game on fastest speed for some reason. When I was grinding record in this, I was playing on emulator, even though despite the fact that I do own the hardware, because the loads were faster for me. Anyway, we're done.
But yeah, bye, Boatman. Oh no! Funny enough, it's not even the bear who shrinks him. It's the UFO who shrinks him.
The UFO shrunk. No, the UFO shrunk the bear.
No,
who shrunk
enlarges the
Yoshi
bear. The bear.
Wait,
the bear?
Did we find,
so the UFO bequeaths the power to shrink onto the bear.
Oh yeah, here comes Fujiko with her fur gang.
Anyway, this minigame is just a victory lap, pretty much.
Decrane.
Yeah.
I just get to murder my controller for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, so the crane
you pedal the bike. You have to pedal the bike with X and triangle.
It is the most annoying control scheme possible for the actions that they want you to take.
But also because of the cheese strat that we found for the stretcher, we have to mash not only X and triangle, but we also have to mash right as well. So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
we made it harder for us.
Yeah.
All right, so this is another one where it's basically an auto-scroller, so my pointed question for this one is, what is your favorite piece of heavy construction equipment?
Oh no.
Forklift.
Forklift? Okay, that's pretty good. Maybe like A tier forklift.
A tier forklift.
Yeah.
How about the bulldozer?
So just one more thing before Juho's answers. That the distance meter on here is counting down. When it reaches 0, that's time.
Yep.
This is the last one.
Okay, Juho, you don't get to avoid this question.
I said bulldozer.
Bulldozer? Yeah. Well, what can a bulldozer do that a wrecking ball can't do in a more fun way, right? I'm gonna say like B tier, C tier maybe.
I don't know.
B minus.
All I can say is that how about pick up a game of battle construction vehicles?
If we're gonna talk about demolition equipment, you can't go wrong with a stick of TNT.
That's true. It's true, but you don't get to drive it.
Yeah, that's true.
See, I like road rollers.
Well, then a dump truck full of TNT.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I would put that above the bulldozer, but I still stand by the forklift.
Skirting the rules a little bit. I like your hustle. It's fine. Yeah, I like road rollers. Might be like middle of the road, depending on if there's a vampire dropping in on you or not. It's one of those. The usage makes it better, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you wanna have more of the construction vehicles, you have to pick up a game of battle construction vehicles.
Someone in chat says my wife. I don't know if that was an answer to the question.
Whose wife? The wife? Chatter's wife? I also choose that guy's wife.
Someone's wife. Anyways,
19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12,
almost
11,
there.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time. All right.
And the crowd goes wild. E.T. time.
So here's the classic.
Of all the times I've done all cutscenes, you did it the fastest with 102.40 something.
He's a god.
102. Good.
Yeah, it's 102.
You can get sub 1 on this. Jeez.
I've done this in like 103s and 104s, but I've never gotten a 102 on all cutscenes before.
Oh, let's get that leaderboard rolling, dude. Free record.
You guys just witnessed like a world record right here for all cutscenes.
Are you okay now? Great. My brother is still 2 inches tall.
No, we see him later. He's fine. I wonder
He's gonna
how,
be fine. Yeah.
Fine. So we got 8 minutes to kill. I guess I'll show all the end cutscenes and credits as well, and the post-credit scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, last report card.
We do have another show after this, so maybe a few more minutes, but then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. But this is like it comes into the ending cutscenes of the game, so this is gonna be a bit short, but yeah.
Right. So anyway, the
best
classic,
character, by the way.
Yeah. We didn't get to play as him though.
Disagree. Grandma shows her true colors in this one as a death metal artist.
Oh yes, true.
There's the neutral shampoo.
I like Tsuyoshi.
In the box,
Tsuyoshi's
probably.
peace. Oh yeah.
No, in Japan,
Dark Souls, by the way.
in Japan that means victory, right? Not peace.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Look at
Dark
this
Souls.
Look at this kid. Go away. God, what a horrible child.
Rainy, rainy, lonely, lazy, lovely, lovely.
Oh, here she goes. See, debuting her death metal album.
You go.
Broke the camera. Oh, I love this part.
Here comes Fujiko, and then the A team as well. A team's like, yes.
The Danish flag, answer it.
The math questions. And then there's like a full like squad.
Yeah, the government has black bagged this bear.
Oh, here comes the bowman just coming back to life again. Oh, bye bye.
Yeah, they came back just to do that.
Yeah.
Just to tie up that loose thread.
You can see in the past there was a grandfather as well. That's nice, I guess.
Aw.
Aw, don't mention about it, man.
I guess I'll just skip the credits then. It's just pictures.
Yeah, skip the credits.
And
The only thing good in the credits is like just one scene with Fujiko, and that's about it.
There we go. And then we'll watch this though, because it is.
This is the last one.
It opens a bunch of questions and doesn't answer anything.
I'm still holding out hope.
Yeah, so the glow comes back from like the first chapter in the game.
I don't know how it got
the
into
first
outer space.
character
Maybe
in the game.
Maybe the UFO took it.
And then it goes into like the whatever house it is, household.
Sephiroth has called down Meteor, and it's to be
To be continued. Do we ever get an Incredible Crisis 2?
I'm holding out hope.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. God.
Maybe.
Someone's gonna pick this game up. I honestly would think that someone's gonna pick this game up. No, someone will. Someone will. Anyone who is a game creator, please listen to this. Pick this game up. Make an Incredible Crisis 2. Make it happen.
Guys, I think Disco's coming back.
Put it on the next PS Mini or whatever they're making now.
State of play.
Oh. All right. Any last minute shout outs and things before we get ready for our next show here?
Shout outs to these two here, as well as well, who was it? Yorkie, Green, Snow Dog, and Saru and Blue, I think.
Saru and Blue.
Anyone
yes,
else?
Saru and Blue.
Shout outs to the entire Icy gang. Yeah.
Oh yes, the Icy gang.
Shout outs to Maiko Yama and the
Oh yeah, Maiko Yama also ran this game, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone who just loves these goofy, terrible games that sees the charm. It's really a different way to approach video games, and I'm glad you guys are here for it.
Yeah, if you wanna like actually pick up this game and speedrun this, we have a Discord server for this. Like, it's very small, but everyone in here is very passionate for Incredible Crisis. So,
guys, it's literally just us.
If you want, but if you want to pick up this game, please do pick up this game.
Yeah. If you can find it. I've been telling people to get it forever, and they said, like, I can't find it. I went to the retro store today. They didn't have it.
Crazy. You'd think it'd be flying off the shelves.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, good point.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here, and thank you for everyone here who was watching. Just as a reminder as well, you're going to want to stay tuned after this for That's Never Happened Before. That's a show that's about glitches and how they work, and we'll be featuring a task presentation with two members of the TaskBot team. So that for sure should be something to look forward to. And if you're looking for a little bit more hotfix content, you can tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for random number generation, followed immediately by aimbot. So I definitely would check out both of those as well. But if you are watching, stay tuned, and we will be getting set up for That's Never Happened Before right after this.